We're in Joey's boat in the Category 9 storm. Mayday. We have to talk about catching that mulloway up the coast at Freeman's Campground. That's why we're here today. Bang! The rod goes crazy. The spool's running off the line and you're fighting this thing for 30 minutes.
And we go over and Joey grabbed me. He's the best fish I've ever seen. So Joey passed it, I reeled. Ethan did nothing. Ethan goes, I did it! I did it! As I'm jumping up and down for the mulloway.
Boom! Mulloway! And he caught himself. We had him in the rod all day. He's caught himself. Mate, that's the easiest feed I've ever gotten.
Yeah, but you've been fucking slacking on the episodes.
Yeah, I've been away. I was away with you boys that first
true.
weekend, and then I was away with the RSL, and then I was away with my uncle. So I've been out. I've been out busy.
Yeah.
One thing that I did want to ask you about is, have you joined the sailing club yet?
I have.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been on a roster. I'm down into I'm in a crew. I've had 2 opportunities already to get on the boat, but both have been like midday Wednesday. But the Twilight series, like racing, starts on. You can pull up the boat I'm going to be on, actually.
All right, pull it up. Tell him.
It's called Calypso Magic.
It's a pretty good boat now.
And when are you going on this boat, Joey?
Calypso Magic sailboat. It'll be like North Shore or something. Yeah, Calypso. When am I going?
Yeah.
Well, the racing starts every Wednesday night down at Rushcutters Bay.
Okay.
And I'm jotted in the crew for that. So I know, like, foot's in the door. I'm on the boat. Like, I'm still getting on the boat, and then I'll meet more people.
Yeah, 100%. This is perfect experience.
Calypso Magic. Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't met him yet, but yeah, this is it. Go to the YouTube channel.
Oof.
That's the boat, bro.
And are you just racing like just around the harbour, or are you going on a proper trip?
No, the races are around the harbour, and they do it in daylight saving because there's a bit more time in the day,
yep.
and it starts like 5. They go out. This is like the biggest kind of like race. Obviously, Sydney Harbour is like massive, but this one apparently like one of the biggest in Australia. And there's like 11 divisions for different boat classes. This one's a bit more of like a cruiser, so it's a bigger one. But yeah, so stoked to get in on it.
Oh,
Hi everyone,
nice.
welcome back to Yachty.
Look at that thing.
My name's Tim Vine, and today.
And how many people coming on there with you?
I think it'll be like a 4 or 5 crew.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you been on a boat yet or not?
Not on a sailboat. But just wait till I'm on that thing.
Yeah, we cranking it out.
I've been studying it a bit. I like the theory of it.
Hold on, turn that off, Carl. Sorry, Joey.
The theory of it is like I'm all over it. I know what's happening. It's like
It's a
I've gotta get
different beast once you get out there, though.
Oh,
And things are
Bro,
swinging around.
why do you think he's getting out there? This is the first
Yeah,
step.
exactly.
We talked about this.
I'm so sweet on it though. Like, yeah, I'll pick it up.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I'll be there every single week. Like, I'm gonna get down to it. I'm gonna figure it out, and then I'm gonna be jumping across different boats, like because other people need crews, and I'll just like make the network, and they'll be there on Saturdays and stuff as well.
It's the same journey as any other. Consistency, dedication,
Yeah.
willingness to learn.
And the first step.
You'll get there. You'll
it's
literally
free.
get there. It's the same with this podcast. It's the same with martial arts. It's the same with work. It's the same with anything. You show up, you'll get it done.
Yeah.
And dude, and that's why I think sitting around the campfire with the boys and declaring things like, "Oi, I'm getting into this sailing thing, and this is going to be a movement in my own life right now." I think that's powerful. I really do.
It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah. So get into it, get on it, and then a bit later, yeah, look at to like probably buy my own and doing like a 6-month thing first. And imagine getting the boys in on that.
Right.
I'll be like, I'm gonna be there for 6 months.
It's gonna be so.
You guys just have to put in like a week of leave. I'll meet you somewhere, whether it's Noosa, whether it's like
we
Indo.
fly
Just
over.
get in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And you can
Fly to Bali and Joe's like,
Exactly.
We're in Joey's boat in the Category 9 storm. Mayday.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm so keen, and I'm also like especially keen for like when if I do go down it and I get it, just getting the guys and just people like crew members to come join me for like a couple weeks.
oh, it'd be so
in
much
different
fun.
places.
It's just such a good community as well, in the sense that like everyone's there because they love it, passionate about it, and
Yeah,
realistically, if you're a sailor, you're probably a good bloke.
Exactly. And a lot of people are generous with their time, especially when it's something like this where people are doing it just because they love it, right? People are always willing to teach. The same with especially fishing. Fishermen are always willing to teach because they just love it so much. They're just happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, the same with me and martial arts. I could talk about it for ages just because I love it so much. And if someone is willing to learn, you probably learn something, you know, out of anything that someone's passionate about.
yeah.
But
There's such a big stigma on sailing though. There's like a massive barrier to entry because of the cost. you can get in for free. Like I'm gonna be crewing.
But was there a
I'm gonna get
vetting? Was there a
good at it.
vetting process or anything? Like, did they have to? You have to try and prove yourself, or was it just I want to do it. I'm a young fit dude.
All right. So what happened is I go down to. I had a really good day Saturday, and I felt like I was putting so much positive energy in the world that it like kind of came back. So I go down for a surf Bondi. I'll give you the play-by-play. Go down for a surf Bondi. The tide is too low. I don't want to go yet. So I'm like, I got an hour to waste. So then I go to like the Muscle Beach type free bar gyms and just spamming pull-ups and stuff. And then I'm like, I meet this other guy. This guy's like, he's in the military. He's an army guy.
Yeah.
And we're like chatting for the whole time. Got his number. We're like hanging out soon.
Sick.
And then suddenly the tide's good. So I'm out going for a surf, come in, go home, eggs, bacon, and then down to Rush Cotter's Bay to try and sell myself to like get on a boat. And then, yeah, and I like jump between so many different like places, and then suddenly I find like the right door, just getting referred from different places, bounce around, and then I get referred to like this guy, and he's like a 21-year-old. I'm telling him like, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, and he's like, yeah, we can do that. We got this like crew list, and you just have to put your name down, and then we'll like send out an email. Like the boat owners will send an email to here for people who are interested.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I got my name on the list, and then got the email, and I just called the guy straight away, and I was like, I'm so stoked, let's do it. And he's like, can't talk right now, I'm writing a report. I was like, ignore the report, let's get on the boat. And he's like, what?
And I guess it's a pretty unique thing as well, where it's like, they just can't go. They've got the boat, but they can't do it themselves. Like you need a proper crew to do it.
Well,
so.
I think they can cruise by themselves, but if they want to do this racing
Yeah,
and be like a
exactly.
part of that
Yeah,
community,
yeah.
they need a bit of crew. So I assume that like a lot of people need crews. I think that's actually like a pain point for a lot of these people who want to race it. So if the guys want to come Wednesday afternoon, want some kind of embedded in.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Not gonna say no. What goes into crewing a boat for a race? Like, what is there roles that you said you've been studying? That's not like
I know like why the boat moves and how it moves. All right,
Yeah, wind.
you can
I know.
can sail against the wind.
That's crazy.
how.
Yeah.
That's fucked up,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah.
but do you know why?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I need like it's a
Pull
bit
it
of.
up.
Alright, so if you got like essentially, you know how an airplane has like two wings,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. yeah.
and
Following.
what happens is how it can take up when it's going straight is that it's just like air pressure thing, similar to like osmosis,
Lift.
where exactly.
Oh, just let him cook.
It's similar to how there's like osmosis in water. It's like less concentrated. The other one moves into the less concentrated one.
Okay.
It's similar to like a plane going off. There's more air here, and then it like creates this lift,
All right.
and then it flies.
All right.
On a boat, you have one wing here, but then you also have like a keel down below, and it's sort of like an airplane on its side. So the top wing, like, is the sails, and the wind's catching it, and you're like going. So you're going against the wing, but you're having an angle. So it's like the wind's here, it's hitting here. This is with most of the wind, but on the backside, there's still like it's less, and then it's meant to like shift you that way. But then the keel holds you back, and once the keel holds you back, it creates a lift because it's like it wants to move this way, but it can't move that way, so therefore it goes forwards, and that's how you can sail. Like,
You lost me at sideways.
No, I
That's what I'm saying.
genuinely understood that.
It's
I
essentially
genuinely
like-
understood it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the boat
true.
has like two wings. If you the sail, and it has a keel under it, and that's how it won't like just go that way when the wind's there. It'll hold it, and it creates lift, and then go forwards. That's why I was like, it's stupid to explain, but that's the theory behind it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You also had something that you talked about that you were gonna like. We all had stuff, didn't we? Lock in on.
I think mine's a guitar trot.
Oh, have you been playing the guitar?
Nah, because bro, Nick's been trying to sort me out on for ages.
Surely your brother has guitars that you can
guitars are
play.
cheap.
Yeah, but like
I've got a guitar if you really fucking
house
want one.
house burned down and such.
Yeah. true.
Um,
No, but that was surely just your room. His guitars didn't get hit, did they?
Well, they like we got rid of most of the stuff in the house, I guess. So, yeah,
Fuck.
probably.
Dude, those guitars are expensive.
His one was pretty like he got for his 16th birthday maybe, so like 5 years old. But I had like I don't know, cracking and stuff.
Fair.
Um,
Dude,
but
your brother can shred. I'm surprised he doesn't have a collection.
yeah,
He
he
might
hasn't
be.
played in a while. Like because obviously again doesn't have a guitar.
Okay, well, your own personal story. Guitar.
Yeah, so I haven't because Nick's been trying to sort me out on for ages, and he messaged me about that, bro. Like, it's a good deal on Marketplace. Haven't got it yet, but that's the plan.
All right.
Like,
Get it, dude.
My thinking is, bro, like all the music I like, besides the Hilda Hoods, is all just that sort of like pretty relatively simple guitar, chill, Has to be done.
You need like an electric though.
Yeah, exactly. So
Is that what you're getting?
Nick's, yeah, Nick's been like, and they're not just $200, $250 for like decent electric guitar and an amp.
Yeah, you can get it.
Yeah,
Betty
100%.
Ray's aren't playing on acoustic.
Nah, bro. Neither are Terry's, to be honest.
You're right.
Yeah,
Then maybe
Hit
they
hit-
fucking
hit my-
should be.
hit my fifth Terry's concert. Oh, so good, bro.
You're stat padding.
I literally am. I'm seeing him again in December.
Like
Again in Feb. You can come in Feb. Come to Terry's. Bondi.
Aren't we going to the entrance one?
Well, you can't. You buying a ticket?
It's only for one day though.
Yeah.
We should do an Airbnb trip and like go fishing and surfing, and it'll be fun.
Okay, Ethan Harry takes over the trip again, mate.
Oh, if you don't know, by the way, you know that board that I was surfing with you,
I got told this
it got snapped.
by Eddie. I went for lunch
Yeah.
with him on Monday or something.
It's gone. There.
And he explained it to me. I was like, "Oh, did anybody see it?" He's like, "Yeah, we were all like, because Ethan was sitting really far out at the back, and everyone else was like on the inside. And this big wave came, and it was like peaking up, and Ethan like didn't want to go straight into it, so he started like looking for the green, and he was like going around the side of the peak, and then just smacked right on in front of everybody.
Why were you
there
further
we
down
go.
there?
Because that board, I knew that board was a bit too big for those conditions. So I knew I
Yeah.
probably could snap it if I got cleaned up.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be sitting on the
So you weren't even
inside.
trying to catch a wave, really. You were just sitting there.
No, I was in the position where I like was thinking about catching a waves, and when I was furthest out, it's not like I was 20 meters past
Yeah.
these boys. I was just ahead of them enough to see for them to watch me freaking eat it, and then they duck dive down. And you can't get that board under anything. It's a big board. It's like 80, 90 liters, that thing, and it's a shame because it was a good board, like But I got a new one. I got a nice Epoxy Pro 7-footer.
Wow. You
yeah.
bought a board before Leon. If you don't know this, but Leon has a group chat with Eddie and I, and he posted like 6 longboards, and he wanted our opinion on like getting a longboard. And we're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. We gave him feedback. We're like, hell yeah. And then he posted some more. We gave a bit more feedback, and then he's like posted more. We're like,
He's just
get a
baiting you,
board.
bro. He's just baiting
We're like,
you.
just get one already.
That's funny.
He doesn't want to spend his money. That's our
I
lead.
know.
He
That's
does the
classic,
exact same
bro.
with soccer jerseys. He'll send them to me, Ben, like, bro, do you reckon this is real? I clicked one thing. I'm like, bro, they're not real. And he's like, oh, okay.
I came back from the trip on the Sunday. On the Monday, I had a new board. Like it just.
Wow.
I guess
got
there's a difference between having no board and having 2 boards.
Yeah,
in the
you're
sense
right,
that like
you're right.
Leon can surf anyway. If his board is broken,
Mm.
you go get a new one.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
And have you ridden yours yet?
Yeah, I have a couple times. I like it. It's good. It's a little
easier,
bit more.
harder,
I
or
think, yeah.
It's harder to paddle because it's not as much literage, but you can
Yeah.
get it under like the smaller waves a bit easier. And then it can survive bigger conditions, unlike my fellow
I'm like
here.
old mate.
Yeah, he's gone.
You spin him or
Yeah, he's in the bin, and they got put in somebody else's council cleanup. Oh, how many boards do you snap, Joe? You never snap a board?
I've only snapped one.
How'd you do
Big waves.
it? Understandable. Was it a short board?
Yeah, it was my short board. I don't know if I was paddling. It was when I was like 17, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It was
have
at the local break though? And I remember coming by, like, yeah, look at me, I snapped it. I was pretty pumped, to be honest, because like, it was a little bit of a rite of passage. I was like, I must be good. Like, this board wasn't good enough for me. I'm better than the board.
Yeah,
and that's where my mindset was
classic.
at.
weren't you saying it was your brother who's been clocked by a board trying to go
Yeah,
under wave?
yeah, broski. I think he was just like going across, fell off, and then came up, and it got him like right in there, and he had to get his stitches like right above the eye socket, and yeah, a couple others.
Pretty full on, eh?
It happens. Have you ever been injured like that surfing or anything like that?
Oh, I dislocated my knee when I was grommy,
Yes.
but outside of that, no.
Fair. You haven't broken many bones, have you, Noah? Well, you broke your shoulder and collarbone
got a
and stuff,
weak
but like legs and things.
Both fingers.
How did you
The
do your
fingers?
fingers? What are you
Soccer,
doing? Just the
basketball.
fingers?
Bro, I think I've done this one twice. This one once. Basketball, soccer.
They look all right. They're
Yeah.
looking decent, Nick.
Yeah,
They're
one
not
of
all
them's a bit-
twisted up. Yeah.
Go that way, but
That's
not
it.
too bad.
AFL got me too.
Yeah.
People just kicking the shit out of your fingers and things like that. Fighting, you actually don't get your fingers kicked in as much as footy, because footy, you're literally
Oh,
like about to
100%, yeah.
dive on the ball, and people are soccer kicking the ball
Yeah,
to the ground.
exactly. It's so much just fingers and arms and everything. Heads even.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, other than that, just the shoulder and the ankle.
We were on the RSL pod. I know I'm like retelling stuff from the pod now.
Pod's
but
different, bro.
we were on the RSL pod, and Dougal, the chairman of the pod, he had this story. Yeah, what do you call it? Gus. Anyway, Gus Dougal.
I know Dougal, yeah.
You know?
I just know a different Dougal.
Okay,
That's the
fair.
name Dougal.
Not a different. Okay.
Pretty funny name. Is it not?
Isn't
It's
that-
his last name.
Yeah.
His last name. Yeah. So, anywho, he dislocated his arm in the surf and couldn't pop it back in. So he was just trying to like swim in with one arm. And then and it was on schoolies, and this group of schoolies chicks found him and were like ran back to his house and like, excuse me, your mate is like on the beach. Oh, so silly.
Yeah.
Funny.
So he was on schoolies as well, or was that?
Yeah. The boys were on schoolies and it happened, and he was on the beach in the wetsuit for like an hour and a half waiting for the ambulance, getting his arm held up by his mate.
Right, that's what I was. Go Byron.
When you did your shoulder and your like collarbone, did you have the green whistle?
Nah, bro. I was lucky because mine got back in every time. So I probably popped it 3 times. First time basketball, up for a rebound, taken out, down on it. But like, oh, that's no good. Roll backwards on the back, pops it back in. Second time playing soccer, ball goes up, go to catch it out the back. Again, like fall back on it, goes back in. And the third time, like I was playing goalkeeper. Big plot. Third time, go up for a header. Again, legs taken out, lands like on it like that, back out the back, and then somehow to roll it back in. But I think that's because it was just so cooked by the end that it could go out easily, but then could go back in easily.
Yeah.
But no, good as new now, pretty much. So
yeah, apparently when it gets like proper cooked and just like bent over, they can't get it back in properly, so you got to go to hospital.
Yeah. So I was semi lucky because every time I could just sort of humble myself.
Exactly, it is lucky. I've never dislocated anything, which has been a blessing. Touch wood. So yeah. But broken things for sure, and the fingers copped a beating in AFL.
And even in fighting, I can't imagine it's good for them.
Nah, but I never really broke anything in fighting. Like I've been hurt, but I've never
getting one of those orbital fractures would be so tough.
Dude, you see MVP, he's like the king of doing that to people. Like elbows, knees, everything. He's like, there's crazy knockouts of him like caving in people's skulls with his knees. Cool. He's insane, right? Because they charge in, try and take him down, and he comes up with that knee.
It doesn't around here it feels alright. Right here doesn't feel too solid.
He just takes it. It doesn't. It's super solid. Your skull's solid. His knee is more solid, traveling as fast as he can throw it. Like he is this like 6'4" black English dude who can throw these knees with crazy velocity, and your skull cannot handle it. Like if you get hit by one of those things, there's nothing you can do.
Count cold.
Like the guy that it hit, it caved in his skull. He didn't even get knocked out. He just was like, what the fuck, and just went down. You can watch the footage. He's not actually knocked out. He gets hurt, realizes what's happened, and just goes like this, and just like it's the end of the fight. It's insane. And that's like that's the crazy scary part about fighting. You can get crazy.
Yeah, and you can cook. Like like obviously you can in any sport, but yeah, fight.
Nothing like fighting.
Punched in the head.
Nothing like fighting.
What, 15 minutes, or however long the bout is.
How was the soccer season this go around? Noah, did you guys win?
Nah, we lost in the semi. It was I don't know, same trot every year where we lose a lot of players, get a lot of players in. We actually had a pretty good team this season. Lost a good friend Cash over here, unfortunately. Yeah. But made it to the semi. Best 2 players got injured in the semi. Went up 1-0, and they got a red card, and then we lost. So it's like shouldn't be losing from there. But I don't know. It's one of those ones where it's good fun, and we're in Div 6, Div 7, so no one really takes it too seriously. And it's just good to see the boys on a Saturday, and then go to the pub afterwards. So
100%.
Yeah, I think it should happen next year. I mean, we'll be hopefully in Europe, touch wood. But I realised I'm going to spend so much money this year because I got South America and Europe, and then maybe even Kokoda at the end of next year as well.
How much you budget for South America?
Because we're going. So the there's a preliminary plan, which is Guatemala, Belize, Bolivia, Peru, Chile. But we might have to cut it down and get rid of Guatemala and Belize because there's going to be too much of a pain to travel across 5 countries in 4 weeks. So potentially just go Bolivia, Peru, and then down to Chile. So I think maybe because since we're going shutdown period for work, like over Chrissy time, it's going to be maybe like 12 grand, 12 to 14, something like that.
Damn, so you're going to be away for Christmas and New Year's?
Yep. So date's roughly a 13th December to the 11th of Jan.
Wow. Okay.
So like 30-ish days, but it's only 16 days of leave, which is pretty good.
Fair.
So yeah, go Bolivia. Been talking to Abby a bunch about it because she did it solo a couple months ago. So do like the salt flats and stuff in Bolivia.
She did it solo.
Yeah, she went solo. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
she did a pretty big one as well. She went like
dangerous over there.
I
would be scared doing it solo.
Like a lot of tours and stuff. So she's for the most part, but she did Guatemala, Peru, Brazil, Chile, Bolivia. I think the 5.
Great lineup.
Yeah,
Great
it's
lineup.
hectic. Like
Agreed.
doing the
That's
helicopters
freaking
around
awesome.
Rio, and
Oh wow.
but we're just gonna do a fat hike.
That's not backpacking.
Yeah.
No.
I've never done that shit.
But yeah, plan is Bolivia salt flats, then down to Peru, hike up Machu Picchu, and go to like the Ala something hill. No, it's not a V actually. Can't remember what it's called, but it's like Rainbow Hill. It's not actually that good in real life. It's just good Instagram photo.
Fair.
And
then-
then she liked it.
Yeah, and then do a fat 130k hike in Patagonia. So there's like an O trail and a W trail, and do both of them in hopefully 7 or 8 days, and then fly back. So yeah, it should be good fun. I think it's one of those ones where at our age, like now's the perfect time to go. 3 or 4 years time, if you got a long term partner, if you got whatever, makes it a little bit harder.
100%.
So that's the plan, but. Haven't put my leave in yet. Haven't booked anything. So if I'm
So it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
As far
Getting
as
back on in 4 months, I'll tell you about it. Or I'll be telling you how I was,
that'd actually be
being
a
being
great
silly
pod,
boy.
dude.
Yeah, because it's going to be Angus and I for the whole thing, and then Shero is going to come, hopefully come at the end and do Patagonia with us, and because he's done Machu Picchu before, so just do like the 9 days in Patagonia.
Sharon's pretty well traveled.
Yeah, well, he's done. I was in Europe. He went with his dad in like year 9 or year 10. Went around, did a bunch of South America. But yeah, I feel like it's one of those ones where it's like it's pretty relatively cheap. And you've got there's a lot of places to see, and there's like so much like ancient history as well.
Yeah, I was
Like
about
something
to
like a
say.
Machu Picchu, which is such a like the fact was only found what was it 60, 70 years ago maybe.
I don't 100% know. We could look it up.
Like I know it was lost for ages.
Yes.
And then it's been sitting there, and like it's such a cool site. What ancient wonder of the world or whatever it is. Yeah, so that'll be good fun. It'd be nice to just go and tick that off, and then
Yeah.
hopefully Europe.
Dude, I was literally just about to say, if I was doing a solo trot in South America, it would just be an ancient history tour.
Yeah.
I'd be doing Easter Island. I'd be going to the temples in Mexico. Like, Teotihuacan is on the agenda big time. That's the temple of the moon and the sun that the Aztecs inherited, that they don't know who built it, but the Aztecs inherited it and did like these sacrificial crazy things to it. But it wasn't built for that. It was built by a way earlier civilization that we don't necessarily know too much about. But we know it was this temple of the moon and the sun, but that's sort of what the Aztecs called it. We don't
But that's
really
the
know.
only thing we're not like. If I want to go Europe next year as well, I'm not going to be able to fit in I don't think we're going to be able to fit in Central and South America.
Yeah, of course.
And like the
No,
whole
I'm talking-
the main 2 reasons I wanted to go was for Patagonia and for Machu Picchu. So it's ticked both of those off. Just mainly stayed at
Will you hike Machu Picchu? Or you
I think so.
take
I
that
think
trip out?
if we don't go to Guatemala and Belize, we can hike it. If we do go Guatemala and Belize, we can't.
Belize, because I did that trip that went through it. Belize might it takes an extra 2 days to get there. I don't think it's that much different.
Yeah, and that's sort of because we had a big planning session on the weekend. But I think that's sort of the decision we've come to, speaking to a few people, is that like Belize, like I don't think we just go Central America just for Guatemala, and Belize maybe isn't it. So I think just stick there and then make sure we can tick off Patagonia, because like it's a 130k hike, so we could probably get it done in like if we're pushing it 6 days.
Well, you could do
maybe.
Mexico. You could do a bit of Mexico and Guatemala. I know there's like buses.
Yeah,
that
but
they
then I
can
don't, but then I don't know if that leaves enough time to do the salt flats and hike Machu Picchu
That's true.
and do the
Also, I like the idea of like just focusing on somewhere and then saving the rest for some other time.
exactly, because
You do it properly.
touch wood, we can always go back. And I think we've all done like a pretty good corporate trot in the sense that we've got enough experience to be able to say, hey, I'll take 6 months off and still not feel like you're left behind. So I don't know, but it looks so much fun. It looks like so sick, just going out doing a big old hike. Just in the, Patagonia is probably the most beautiful place in the world, or certainly up there. So yeah.
Do you struggle with that when you go away? Because I definitely do, to an extent, where like I'm losing my career a little bit here if I was to do this for too long, or I'm not, my foot isn't on the gas like it should be. Do you ever get that?
But like for a short trip like this, no.
Yeah, but you've done
yeah.
longer trips before.
Yeah. So like, if you're thinking, man, I haven't taken a sabbatical or anything yet. But I don't know. I think it's definitely, you're definitely right, because you're missing out on money, you miss out on the next promotion, you're missing out on people, forgetting how good you are, and you come back and you got to prove yourself again. But I think for us, we've got 3 years of experience already at 22, 23. there's Donnies who are our age who are still at uni, still have another 2 years uni left. We go take 2 years off, come back. You've still got more experience than someone who's graduating uni next year. So
We're doing pretty well.
yeah,
We're
we're doing all right.
We are
Not to
cooking
do
But
that.
I feel like you can get caught up in the game, and it's
That's the
good
thing.
to get the time away.
because we're ahead of say most people, but if you take that year off, then you're not then everyone else if I took a year off and you two are ahead of me. But I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a silly mindset in the sense that you want to be doing the things that give you the most value in both the short and long term. And if that for you is going cranking out 12-hour days every single day, awesome. But if that's for you, is going to take 6 months or a year off and going and traveling the world and enjoying yourself and then coming back refreshed and ready to grind for another 30 years, then that's also great. I think there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, I feel like if you're thinking like that, if you're thinking like, oh, if I take this gap year or sabbatical or whatever you want to call it, people are going to get ahead of me, people are going to get in front of me and do better than me, then you're already coming from the wrong attitude.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it through a lens of comparison to what other people are doing.
And that's
instead of like, I want to do this for my life because I enjoy this type of work.
And
You're
that can be
looking through it
anything.
from like that comparison lens.
It's obviously, if you want to be the most successful, both financially, moving out with your mates isn't a good idea. You'd rather, you'd save up and you'd buy, leech off your parents, and then go to the first home buyer's grant and buy a house and just do that, and you get money. And,
Is this directed at me? Because I told you I don't want to move out
Yeah,
yet. You've been
it's
busting my balls
certainly not
for
directed.
fucking
Certainly
ages.
not directed
I
at
was
Joey.
spending too much money.
The first, the 2023. So Noah and I have been going to lunch for freaking 2.5 years now consistently
Too
since
long,
we've been
bro.
working in corporate. 2023 was free of this let's move out head noise garbage. 2024, he was like, listen, we could move out. It would be fun. I'm like, listen, no, I'm not fucking moving out. I live in the best place in the world. And he's been constantly stoking the fire. And here he is busting my balls again about fucking moving out.
Well, he locked his house, and now he's like, oh, well, that's
Yeah,
fair. He's not tied to anything anymore.
No, I'm open to it, just not right now. I got too much to sort out first.
Bro, we both know, you don't have to keep leading me on. We both know you're not open. We both know you're staying in this house.
You're right.
For the next 50 years.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
All right, now you go for the hard sell.
Think about it.
What are in your opinion, what are you most looking forward to moving out?
Well, my com, I don't even know if I've told you this.
Okay.
Probably South America, then just as soon as I get back, start trying to suss it out.
Mhm.
I know Angus is pretty keen, so maybe run that up.
Mhm.
Leon even thinking about it a bit more from what I've heard.
Well, in that case, Joey, what do you value most about moving out? Like now that
Had
you
to
have
move
moved
out.
out. I know, but what do you surely
best bit?
enjoy bits about it, including what?
My relationship with my parents is a lot better. I don't know. It's a bit like I knew I was gonna move out since year 10. I knew that I had to move because there was no city nearby, no university. So I don't know. I never really had to wait.
What's
it
your
up.
favorite bit about it now, though? See if you compare
I
now.
can't even imagine living.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
doing what you
it's been
do.
5 years now?
Yeah.
Damn.
You're just doing what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just normal life for you.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I don't know. But I think it's that I think it's a pretty short window.
His
into
mum's pasta was looking real nice when I walked
Yeah,
by,
bro,
though.
it was pretty good.
That's going to keep you for at least another 6 months.
Yeah.
That cooking, that's a variable you got to take into consideration.
But I know there's a pretty short time in your life where you can live with mates in the sense from sort of, I guess, 2 years ago to maybe 2 years in the future is the perfect window in the sense that 2 years time, you'll still be here, but Joey you'll be living up in Kingscliff again, and I'll be living in London or whatever it is. Or 5 years time, you're married with kids, you're still doing the exact same things in this house.
That's a great point. It's
Yeah,
a great
exactly.
argument.
There's so many different things that we're sort of in a stage of life where it's the perfect time now, and that might not be there in 6 months or a year or however long.
100%.
But
If
yeah,
you've got a good mate, you may as well make a lifelong bond by becoming
yeah, exactly.
great
It'd be
mates.
pretty good, I reckon.
Romanticize it a bit.
Yeah.
I hear you. I do
No, you
want to
don't.
move out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do want to. No, I do want to move out with the boys, but it's just not the right time. It's
I
just
do.
not.
When's the right time then?
Like in a year and a half's time.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Time, bro.
That's on your second resign.
We talked about this. Next year, I'm not open to moving out, but the year after that, I am. And so that's not that far away. That's a year and a half's time.
27.
I know, but that's a year and a half's time. That's what I've told you this since 2024. This whole timeline. It's not like I've changed. I told you I'm going to be in this house
Oh, yeah,
for a
no,
minute.
I'm-
I don't have the fucking money to move out just yet. I got to set some shit up. I spent all my money on this silly fucking podcast.
It still looks like dog shit. I'm
No,
kidding,
it
bro,
looks a
I'm
bit better. We got some
Nah, it
more
looks good.
space.
It looks good.
It looks a bit shit when you got all this food and shit everywhere, but you can't actually see that when you're watching the show. So it doesn't
really?
matter. You can't see it. It looked like it actually like right now.
That's the only reason I'm here, bro.
Looking at this freaking table, it looks gross right now. But when you're watching it, I don't think you can see any of this, so it doesn't matter.
Fingers crossed.
The camera's out.
No, let's be honest. If you're watching the video for this, what are you doing? Like, let's be honest.
All
Like,
it is
what are you
me
doing?
putting my work laptop in the middle of the day and just watching it 5 times on repeat to get that viewership up.
Well, when you watch it on Spotify, when you listen to it on Spotify, it automatically comes up with it. So
Yeah, but you're not actively watching it. You're just like your phone's in your pocket and you're just listening, right? I don't know anybody that watches the video, but we got to have the video for the clips, for the like.
No, the video's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, the video-
100% adds to it. You
Yeah.
wouldn't, the social media would be so much harder without the
Have to have it. And we've been having so much fun on this podcast recently. I feel like yesterday on the not yesterday, last episode on the RSL podcast, it was one of the funnest episodes we've had so far. It was just a bunch of fun, and doing these is sick. We've been talking about doing solo episodes. We're obviously starting to do the UFC stuff that we are talking about before. Like just having fun with it, being
how's the
creative.
solo episode work?
Dude, I'll just be talking about whatever I want.
Preach. I'm just preaching.
real. I got a lot to say, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. It'll be fun. We've talked. Well, Carl knows a bunch about like social media and algorithm and stuff, and he's like, listen, we should bring up some like core topics that people probably want to hear about online, so that we can get some traction. Hitchhike those like trending ideas,
Yeah.
and go from there. Right. And I'm like, I don't want to make that like a guest responsibility. I don't want to have like my bubba on and we have to talk about Charlie Kirk getting shot. It's like, Carl, what are you asking of me? So maybe we do with some solo episodes, and we pump them out and Carl and I talk about some
let you
stuff.
cook.
Yeah, just let me cook. And maybe people are like, Ethan, you got to shut the fuck up. Don't do these solo episodes anymore. You're overcooking it.
Yeah.
Just do guests, everyday people, the concept of that.
Well, that's like those solo ones could even just be clips. Like, you just do,
Exactly,
do like a minute and a half or do a minute clip.
Exactly. But I think this podcast, this whole thing is a skill. Being able to connect with someone through the set, through the camera, or like through the phone, it's a skill and you need to develop it over time. And I think doing the solo ones will give me the capacity to get better. And exactly like sailing, like we were talking about before, I'm just like, I'm doing that once a week training, you know what I mean? And that once a week training might just be a solo ep where we just talk about, crazy shit going on. And just random stuff going on. But talking about crazy shit going on, we have to talk about catching that mulloway up the coast at Freeman's Campground. That's why we're here today. I know you said, no, I was telling the boys, like, oh, you listen to the RSL podcast. And I was like, if you just talk about the trip the whole time, it won't be any good. And I told him, like, if you've stomached some of our other shows, this RSL podcast is no worries, mate, because it was actually all right. But this podcast will be good too. And I want to talk about Freeman's because we had a fucking bunch of fun.
We had a good time.
Yeah, it was
We
good.
always do that.
We always do. So the story starts, and please interrupt me if I'm over exaggerating or fucking going crazy. But it was, in my mind, this is a lot of fun. So we get fishing. We probably get down to the beach that's right on Freeman's Campground. We just a little drive down. We've got the 2 beach rods out. I've got pillies going and I've got squid going, right? And we're fishing for a while, not many bites, but the water looks really good. Like, it looked like really promising conditions. I was like, surely there's some fucking jewies in here. Surely there's like, some decent salmon, maybe big school coming through. Something's going to come through here. It's a big, deep channel. And so nothing for like hour and a half. We've pretty much like thrown baits in, put the rods in the rod holder, right? Sitting around the campfire talking about whole bunch of stuff. I think what were we talking about? We were talking about like the healthcare information becoming like publicized or something like that. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
You remember? Okay. I'm getting too deep in the story now.
We talked about so much random.
We talked about some random stuff. And
well, just setting up the fire was nice. So.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I remember walking around with that flashlight just trying to find salmon.
Yeah.
We got sorted.
You always get a good fire going, John.
Yeah.
You're good at that. And getting wood, you're the man. I remember when we were...
Best wood collector in town.
I know,
boys.
you got it. Like, so many times I just be like, fuck, we might not have enough wood. I turn around, Joey's going
Fucking
back. Yeah. Like, when we went Blue Mountain, we were in the Blue Mountains camping, and I remember you went up the river for ages, and I was like, I don't know, like, it might not be worth it going all that way. There's some stuff here. It was worth it. He brought back some crazy
I brought
shit.
too much wood back.
Yeah,
I was like, I couldn't carry
when
it.
you went up the trail on the second night, we went to the beach and there was no fish going, so we had the campfire near that.
Yeah.
You ran off up this trail. I see you running around, jumping around, come back with like a whole tree. You're like, bro, there's more trees up there. I was like, I can see the tree.
I went up there and you were off the track, just like, I don't
Yeah.
know. You looked like you had a freaking machete in there, but anyway. But
Really good.
okay, so we're on this beach, rods are up, we're posted up, having drinks, chilling by this fire. we eventually like, all right, let's switch the baits over. They've been out for ages, right? Noah starts pulling it in, and you're like,
No, bro, because before this, Joey was like, bro, I think there's a fish on. And I was like, yeah, give it here, I'll sus.
Yeah.
I'm holding it. There's no pull at all, nothing. And then Joey's like, yeah, no fish. And
I
then-
was confident that I had a fish because I cast it and then I did that 20-meter walk back. So I could have cast it and it got on straight away. And then I walked back and it was all loose and everything. So I was like, oh, there's probably nothing there. And then once we sat down, it tightened up a bit. I was like, Noah.
But then Joey gave it to me and we're both looking at it and it's not moving at all. And then like I was holding it a bit and I was like, oh, it could be fish. But I was like,
Also could be the tide.
yeah, exactly. And I pull it and then it go loose. And I was like, oh, myth. There's nothing on there. But yeah.
We don't know much about fishing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blind leading the blind. Anyway, so then I start reeling and I'm reeling for so long. I'm like, bro, this is taking, like, I'm not that weak. Surely, like, I don't know why it's not coming. It must be like, because it wasn't snacks. It was still reeling. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see this little like white thing on the shore, probably 15 meters away. I look at it, I look back, look at it again, and I'm like, oh, myth. It's just like like the break coming in, a little wash going out. And yeah, keep reeling. Joey's like, fuck this, man. I'm just gonna have a look. So he sort of grabs the line, like monkey barring along, and he goes, it's a fish. And we go over, and Joey grabs me, it's the biggest fish I've ever seen. And so Joey cast it, I reeled. Ethan did nothing. Ethan goes, I did it. As I'm jumping up and down for this mulloway, absolutely loving life. And we later find out he's got to be with his uncle, but it's the biggest weird because we're sitting there, and Ethan's just celebrating. I'm like, hey, you did nothing. You brought the rod, sure. Joey cast it. I reeled it in. You've just been sitting there on your other rod, being silly boy.
My rods, I baited them all up, brought them down there. And like, I've been hunting a mulloway for a long time. Like, there's a lot of fishing sessions I've been going down and I catch fucking nothing over the course of 2 hours, 3 hours. So to get out there and catch the thing that I've been dying to catch for ages. Look, I know you boys caught it, but it was enough for me.
We
It was
did
enough for me.
We did it. We did it.
But I
you-
was celebrating like crazy. I was excited.
Yeah.
Have you flexed this to any old timers yet? Like any old fishing on you?
I sent it to my friends. My mom was like, wow, that's a big fish. I'm like, yeah, you're telling me. It's a
Yeah,
big
pull
old
up,
That's
hold on,
good.
we got to get the photo of this fish. Where's my phone at?
Ethan, I told Ivy's grandpa about this. He's been in fishing clubs all his life. He loved it. He's like, oh, he's a bit jealous. He's like, oh, never caught one.
Wow. No, mulloways are hard to catch. That's why I was
big
so
boy as
excited.
well. What? Yeah. Big old fish.
Dude,
Great street
Tasty,
cred.
Yummy as
Dude,
well.
well, this is the thing. So I was telling my uncle about it, and I don't know much about mulloways because I never catch mulloways. I've never cooked one, anything. But remember, we filleted it right
Yeah.
there.
Real.
A bunch of meat on it.
Yeah.
Right, and we crumbed it. I grilled.
Yeah,
some-
because I mean, we probably left a bit of meat on the bone because you're being pretty careful.
I've never filleted
Yeah,
a mulloway before.
but their
all
guts were
fish are
tiny.
more or less the same.
Yeah.
Right, and the guts didn't make up much of the fish at all, and I just overcompensated
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
So we still got plenty of meat.
obviously it was a huge fish, and maybe what was it, 65 centimeters or something?
Something like that,
No, it was like 80.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's illegal, bro. It has to be 75.
Wait, cut that car. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, bro. I was like 90 centimeters long with a big old fish.
It was 10 meters.
Big old fish. But yeah, it was yummy, bro. It was yummy.
Well, this is what I was telling my uncle about. So I told him all about the mulloway. I didn't have a bet with my uncle. I just like he told me he never caught one, and I was like, that's crazy. I got to catch one before him because I got a real chance of catching one because I beach fish all the time. So I show him. He shows me. He's like, "Oh yeah, like did you eat it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was really good. It was really nice. We crumbed it, we grilled it, and it was great both ways." And he was like, "Typically, they're not meant to be like that. They're called soapies. Like smaller mulloway like
Heard
that
this.
are called soapies, and the flesh isn't meant to be as tasty, and
Yeah.
and it's meant to be soapy, but as
Maybe,
they're
bro.
small.
It could have just been we were so excited. It's like-
Nah, this is what I thought about. So I was like, was I wigging out on adrenaline because I caught my first mulloway and now it's literally 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm grilling this thing up in butter and crumbs and oil and everything. Like we had it and it was amazing. And I'm just wigging out, or was it genuinely delicious? Right?
It was good. Yeah, it was good fish.
It wasn't soapy at all. I don't know.
What does soapy even mean? Because Ivy's dad said the same thing. Oh, he's like, oh, was it soapy? Like, it didn't taste like soap at all. It tastes like fish.
It tastes amazing. It was like some of the best fish I've ever had. I genuinely believe so. It was like white fish. We cooked it pretty much perfectly, and it wasn't too firm. It wasn't too soft. Like it was, like you get fish from the fish and chip shop, and it can be like flaky. Like you get flake, like
Yeah,
gummy shark,
yeah.
and it's just like it kind of like
Yeah.
in your mouth is not
Yeah,
very
true.
good. Yeah, but this wasn't like that. It was like barramundi almost, like
Oh,
the
so
the
good.
texture.
It was
It
Great.
was amazing. And it wasn't fishy at all. Like, we bled it properly when we got the fish. It was amazing. Great experience. And that camping trip was awesome. And that campground was awesome.
Yeah.
Surf spots were awesome too. And it provides, you know, another ticket, another feather in the hat of places that we could go with a bigger group. You know?
I feel like that's just the blessing of living where we do, because it's like, you know, basically any beach up or down the coast, there's going to be no one there. It's going to be a chill campsite, and it's going to be perfect weather, perfect surf, perfect whatever. Yeah, it was really good stuff. And like, you know, think about that, think about Noraville, think about Pretty Beach, think about all that stuff. Really, really nice. So yeah, I think we did well.
I'm heading to like Shoalhaven areas this weekend for a Saturday night little one. Game plan for this trip is to there she is.
Boom! Mulloway! That's what I'm talking about.
And what, Ethan's like, what, 1.90 m? So like, if you do the scale, that's at least a meter long.
That
Oh,
fish is
yeah.
That's so legal.
Yeah. He was like, you know, like, yes, he wasn't size. He was just undersized, right? But he's still a big fish, right? And we had no choice. He damn swallowed the hooks. And he was washed up on the shore for God knows how long. This is what I was thinking about. I don't even, you know, when you're reeling that fish in, you might have just been reeling in slack line. This thing might have just beached itself 45 minutes. And we're sitting around the campfire going like, oh, Joey, what do you think about healthcare? Just like, come on, mate, I'm fucking trying to get some air here. And we're just like, these stars, you know.
Never seen
And
a happier
then,
man.
dude,
Look at
just
him.
pull out this mulloway. It's the easiest fish I ever caught. I didn't do any of the work, as Noah mentioned. And he caught himself. We had him in the rod holder. He's caught himself. Mate, that's the easiest feed I ever gotten. But that, like, dude, that meal was insane. So I remember we ate it, and then it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just had like belly full of mulloway.
Yeah, because we'd already had dinner as well. We had the snack that night.
Yeah, because I was like, look, I don't know if we'll catch anything. We should, and we already bought food ahead of time.
Yeah.
And
we went down there at like probably 9 o'clock, so we ate at 8. Went
Exactly.
down,
And the
stood
fire
on beach for
was
3 hours. So
the fire was the main event.
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
fishing.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the fishing. It's able to be an add-on.
It's an awesome side piece.
Exactly.
Great
To
side
already great adventures. And
Low floor, high ceiling, you know.
100%.
Exactly. Low
100%.
floor. Bro, you got some bait, you got a good surf rod, and you know what you're doing, you could catch a big fish at any moment. You know, if you're fishing in good water and you just post up with the boys, chilling, Nick's playing the guitar, there's a fire going, you're talking about this and that, bang! The rod goes crazy, the spool's running off the line, and you're fighting this thing 30 minutes. Like when I caught the eagle ray when we were down at Anzac, the Anzac Day long weekend.
Yeah, down at Pretty Beach.
Like there's nothing like that feeling of a big fish on the other end of your rod just peeling out. Like you just see your meterage of line, because my line, I've got this braided line, like this, I think it's 20mm braided line, and every 10 meters it changes a different color, and it's got a cycle of colors, and you're selling red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, and you're just like, that's 90 meters of line. Just flying down the beach.
That was crazy. That was such a sick fight to watch.
And when that thing jumped, dude, he jumped, and people on the like other side of the campground were like, "What?" And like, because people didn't know what it was. Like, I thought it might be a big shark, might be a big Jewy, might be anything, right? And you know, it was a big ray, and it was insane. My favorite part of that fight was after, like, honestly, 25 minutes of fighting it. I'm like, boys, there's nothing. There might be nothing we can do. Like, we know at this point we knew it was a ray because of the way it was sucking down, and we saw it jump. So I was like, listen, like, you know, there's not much we can do here. I could fight this for another 2 hours. The eagle ray, this thing was huge. I could pull up the picture of this eagle ray too, and it massive thing, right? And anyway, I'm like, look, let's pack it in. And Angus is like, nah, mate, let me try. You're not even doing it properly. And he's never fished before, right? And grabs the fishing rod. He's the best. And he's probably the only reason we got it to shore. Credit to him. Grabs a fishing rod, starts pulling it in, and he's like, bro, I'm just wheeling in slack line. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, he might have got off. Like when I handed it, maybe I just let the slack out. He spat the hooks, right? Angus hands it back to me. I start reeling, and the eagle rays come all the way into the shore. I'm like, what the hell? Pull him up, and he's right there. And then we got the photo. Oh, it was awesome. Let me find that photo. But there's a bunch of stories like that.
Then we had to get back in the water because you know, old mate was sitting on the shore stuck to it, and we couldn't get underneath him to get the hook out, so we had to cut the line. And then before we cut it, I went in like, you know, neck deep water with the rod above my head trying to drag him back out. Eventually got him back in, and he was alright. But yeah, it was a good trip as well. Because how was your trip on the weekend?
Sick.
Where'd you go?
We're in Seal Rocks with a crew of about 5, just staying at the local campsite there, and it was a good crew. Great weather. The whales were out and about.
Sick.
Some great snorkeling trips.
Yeah.
No swell at all, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it just meant more time on the beach. Or we were like we had 3 guys juggling a football.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a bit of a main event, you know. How high can we go? 232 juggles. That's what we got, and we're all like not great at all, but
Between
3 people
and going like how are we talking touches or are we talking passes?
passes. That's heaps.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's heaps. Our highest was we went from like 30 to 50 to 60 to 80 to 100, 232. And we were like, that's it. We can just leave.
Yeah.
We're happy.
That's insane.
That was awesome.
230.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah,
great.
no, hearing the whales was awesome.
Oh, so you were hearing them, so they're pretty close in shore, huh?
Yeah, they were just coming by. Like Seal Rocks is awesome like that.
Mm.
It's just big bays.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like we were swimming, snorkeling, across just chasing smaller stuff. And yeah, just hearing them squeal and wail.
Squealing and whale.
Boom.
There it
Manta
is.
ray. Look at that.
Eagle ray.
He's a big old boy.
Big head, actually.
Yeah, and he had the blue spots on his back as well.
Yeah, he was a crazy boy, and you can't see his stinger there. He's got it wrapped around,
Yeah,
but it was yeah.
They're not good eating though, are they?
No, oh, you shouldn't.
Like
eat
yeah, like you don't get much. As in, they're not worth killing. Like,
Well, to people don't know this. If you're ever in a situation where you're stranded on an island, you have to eat a stingray. The best way to eat them is to actually just cut out the vertical bit in the middle and eat the flaps. So they're really easy to prepare. You literally, if we killed him, you'd stab it right in the head here, get its brain, and just kill it. Well, no, you want it's the most humane thing to do because you put it out of it. If you're gonna eat it, this is what you're gonna eat. We obviously released him. He's living a happy life right now. He was gassed the fuck out though. He lost like big 5-round fight though. Anyway, kill him, right? Then you lay him down and you just cut one strip off here, and you can throw those flaps straight on the barbecue with the skin on. And when you eat it, you can actually just peel the skin off and eat it straight.
They're pretty thin though. Like there's not a whole lot of meat.
There's enough meat there for 2 people. You get a wing each. That's a
Yeah,
good deal, you know.
But mulloway is half the size in terms of mass. But
Exactly.
that fed us 3.
Yes, you're
And
right. You're completely correct. So no, but he was a big boy and a hard fight. But and that's the first time you've been beach fishing before. That's like one of the first fish you've ever caught, Joey.
Yeah. It would be the first, like, on an actual beach rod.
Yeah.
Ocean, yeah.
That's insane. And it was actually, how crazy is this? Even crazier lore. That was on my dad's old beach rod that he got when he moved up here, and my uncle got him set up, but he didn't really beach fish much. He was more into his surfing, right? And I like inherited that rod by finding it in the garage, and I was like, oh, this can be a good like backup rod to the rod I already have, and I ended up catching it on that rod. Insane. And I used the line. He had old line, and it was still good. That was sitting in the laundry, and I was like, man, I'm out of line. I actually should use this. And he's like, oh, that's mine from back in the day. I never caught any fish on there. Boom, mulloway on his old rod. That's some serious legacy right there.
So was that the same rod I caught the shark on in the entrance?
Nah, I think. Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe I can't remember. I've had multiple surf rods, and they just sometimes they break, sometimes you lose bits and you don't replace bits, and it's here and there. But now I got that new rod that I've got there, and that's a beast. It's a Penn Warhorse, and it's a great surf rod. And handled that fight really well, and got him in it. Not easily, but most rods probably would have freaking buckled. That thing's a beast. So, especially when it comes to the surf rods. So, nah. But my uncle, he is the craziest when it comes to beach fishing lore. Like, he knows so much. Even the other day when we were going down camping and fishing in Narooma, he's got so much lore to pass on, just from casting to lures to how to put bait on. All these tiny, like, niche things to tighten up your game. He knows everything. And that's the mentor that you're looking for in all things, whether it's sailing or, all the things that we've talked about tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where next, boys? Are we doing an Airbnb? Are we doing a camping trip? What's going on? Does anyone have any?
We don't have anything planned, do we?
We don't have anything planned, and we could.
Open invite for this weekend coming. You're heading to Shoalhaven. Spearfishing venture.
I do know about this. I can't come. But,
Boo.
man, it sucks.
When are you going?
This weekend.
As in leave tomorrow or leave?
No, leave Saturday. Come back Sunday.
You got spearfish though, nah. You gotta get out there.
It's not. So yeah, we're spearfishing because there's no swell, and then we're going golf, and then we're watching AFL final, and then
Damn, that should be a sick weekend.
come back, sleep.
I'm
wake
gonna be
up,
twisted. Yeah.
go back. Come to me and my mate Tom.
TBC.
Yeah.
TBD.
AFL Grand Final this week. That's why I can't come. We got big family stuff going on. Unfortunately, Collingwood aren't playing.
Fortunately for Australia.
I feel like the sentiment for Collingwood has kind of shifted recently. Like, with
Well, that's because Mason
Craig-
Cox isn't playing anymore.
I don't think people really hate Mason Cox. I know you hate Mason Cox.
He sucks.
He used to suck, but
No.
the other day he was pretty good.
Well, no, I'm sure he's all right at AFL. He just sucks at the bloke.
No, he doesn't. What's wrong with him?
Fucking American. No, I'm sure
I
he's
think
all right.
Mason Cox is cool. I think he's a cool, dude.
Oh, he's many things. Cool isn't one of them.
Nah, fucking, he's like, bro, dude, that prelim final.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I could never do what he does. He's a good footy player.
Fair. I would say good footy players are pretty cool, especially Mason Cox. Dude, in that 2018 preliminary final against Richmond in the AFL, real ones know that game. He had one of the best games a full forward could have. He was instrumental. He would have taken like 11 or something intercept marks. I think it was the record at the time. He kicked like 3 goals. The highlights are insane. He's taunting the audience, going crazy. It was like, as a Collingwood fan, I'll always remember that. And that was a brilliant Mason Cox moment. And that was 7 years ago. And he just played in a final series where he performed pretty well. And, you know, tall guys, they don't have the same longevity as some of those smaller AFL
Isn't
players.
he like 6'10"? 6.
I don't actually. Carl, maybe look up how tall Mason Cox is because he's a big boy.
Yeah.
You know, Collingwood has kind of been starved of like really big key forwards because we have like, you know,
Probably because he's been there, right?
no, not necessarily. There's just not a lot of talent in that department, and it's so competitive. You know, like someone like Jeremy
Truth.
Cameron plays that role so well, and we've needed one of those for a long time.
Yeah.
And Charlie Curnow now looks like he's going to go to Geelong and make their forward line even better. But really, Collingwood needs someone like that.
So you, just because Geelong are another Victorian team, are you supporting the Lions or you don't really care?
I don't really care.
Fair.
I hate both of these teams. I hate every other team in the AFL. It's not nice. Nah, that's not true. The only team that I really dislike, I guess, is Sydney because I've lived in Sydney my whole life, and every single time I go to watch AFL live, it's against Sydney. So the only time I've ever seen Collingwood really lose is against Sydney, especially when I was young, especially in periods of time where Collingwood was shit. We just go to AFL. I was like 7 years old. Collingwood lose by 200 points, go home. Next like 6 months, the same thing would happen again, and you just get it beat into you. Like, I hate these guys wearing the red. And yeah, now I fucking hate them. But yeah, all right. How tall is Mason?
He's 34.
bro,
Damn.
he's 7 foot.
7 foot on the dot. He's a big boy, and he's still playing well. I believe he's still got a contract next season at the Pies.
I know he's that old. 34. Jeez.
Yeah, and that is towards the end of a career in
Especially
the
for
AFL world.
someone being that tall.
Yep.
Like, if you compare it to centers in the NBA, like your body just so much wear and tear on your body, and NBA blokes are doing a quarter of the running that he's doing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy, and he changed the game. No one's ever worn glasses like that before because people literally were poking him in the eyes because he was so tall. Like regular people was getting up there and in his
So
grill.
does he?
Is that why he's wearing?
Yeah. Those
So he's-
glasses to protect his eyes.
Oh, so he's not.
He doesn't have any
Well-
eye conditions.
Nah, well, he actually. So I think in 2019 he suffered a really bad eye injury where his
Like
retina got
yeah,
detached. He
okay.
couldn't see for 6 months,
Yeah.
really bad, and he had to stop playing footy. And then he had a big comeback, but the only way he can play now is with the glasses. So this was, I think, this was actually in 2018. That looks similar to what he looks like then. And then this is him currently. Because he didn't used to have the glasses before he had that injury, and now he plays with them so he can both see. And he also, because if he gets another one,
We should
he's
put
done.
some meta, like the video
True.
camera.
That actually,
We should get that
surely wouldn't be
pole.
that hard.
This is
that pole.
Dude, this is what I've been thinking about recently.
Imagine the sponsorship.
Pretty soon they're gonna have robotic eyes, right? And what they're gonna do is they're gonna essentially change the game for people who are blind. They're gonna allow them to see again, right? But what's gonna happen as a result of that is these like biotech eyes are gonna be able to do crazy shit that regular eyes
But
can't
imagine
do.
someone hacks your eyes though. Like,
Well, okay, that aside for 5 minutes, right? Imagine you can see infrared. Imagine you can see X-ray. Imagine you can see like 4,000 times zoom with your eyeballs, and you can control it, right?
Military's fucked.
Like, imagine you can put filters on your eyes.
bro,
Imagine
you shoot
can,
lasers out of your eyes. Like,
imagine you can wear a VR headset without any headset. It's your eyes, and you still interface with reality through your eyes, but they're connected to something that isn't your biological eyes.
That's a wig out, man.
I think that's where we're going. That's what's going to happen.
Nah.
People
I
are
think
going to
that's
do it.
pretty far away.
Yeah, I know it's going to happen though. And that's how they'll sell it. It'll be like, we're restoring vision to the blind, which is obviously a good thing. I'm in support of that. They're even doing that with the Neuralink now. They're getting these glasses. They got the Neuralink in the back, and the glasses has the camera. The Neuralink plugs into the brain. The glasses plug into the camera. Bam! Now you've got a POV. You got
Yeah, well, it's like, I mean, you don't watch TV, but you see that there was an episode of Black Mirror in the new season where it's basically this guy's wife has a brain aneurysm and she's, you know, she's brain dead, induced coma. The companies come up and it's just, you know, the concept of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
It's super dystopian, just like tech stuff.
just fucked up shit.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, you know, company comes to them and said, look, you know, we can replace part of your wife's brain with this technology. It'll make it good as new, and it's only $300 a month. They say, you know, great, how good? Obviously, going to try and save my wife's life. Do it, and then for the first month or two, it's great, and then all of a sudden, you know, she starts just like blacking out and just like playing ads. And they go to the companies, oh, you know, this is like we've upped our plan. Like it's now $600 to get the premium, like to get the version without ads. $300. She's just gonna be, you know, advertising bloody 2 base beers every 5 minutes or whatever it is. And it goes slowly and slowly and slowly, and they keep upping it. They can't afford it, and eventually the wife just like kills herself because, or sorry, like they do like a, you know, the husband kills her on her request because it's just like she has such a low quality of life, and even though she's alive and should have been dead, because of these technologies, like basically, you know, monopolizing the market and pricing people out. And it's the exact same thing with that. Like obviously, you know, you'd hope there'd be better regulation, but yeah, bro, it just makes me want to go and just fuck off to the country or to the beach and just sit there and, you know, have a little barista.
I have an interesting com. Last week on Wednesday, I attended the Australian Tech Council of Australia.
Yep.
Tech Council of Australia,
Yep.
not Australian.
How the hell are you spawn in there, Joe?
Yeah, I know, fuck. Yeah. So I have a friend who like works in this marketing agency, and they were working with Microsoft, who's obviously like the lead sponsor of this thing.
Sick.
And they ran this round table, which was like 8 youths, next generation, not industry specific, and 8 senior tech executives and stuff. And it was like really interesting because we're like talking about all this. We're talking about the adoption of AI, and they were kind of really interested in how the young people use it and how they're evolving to use it. And they were like quite impressed about how it's adopted, and they're kind of talking about broader things like we don't really like the technology's there to kind of integrate at large scale, but it's more of like a behavioral issue that older people aren't willing to kind of like adopt this. So it's more of a behavioral issue rather than a technology issue. At the end of it, I asked Scott, whatever his name is, the head of Atlassian, co-founder of Atlassian, does he think that the future of AI technology, innovation, these kind of things, is he optimistic about it or pessimistic about it if you're looking at like a 30 to 50 year time horizon? And he kind of gave like a good like speech on the doomsday theories and then the utopia theories, and he rambled for like 3 minutes on that, and he came back to my question. He's like, but at the end of the day, technology moves so quickly that I couldn't foresee where it would be in 30 to 50 years. I don't know where it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's such a cop out. I was like, this guy's probably answered this question so many times.
And you
Well, what was it? What was his like, you know, vision for a utopian or a dystopian society through the lens of
Well, the
AI?
dystopian is that like we get so integrated that it's adopted everything, and then we kind of lose control, and then suddenly it either takes control and it's just running everything and we're okay with that, or it has that rationale that it's like humans are a waste and we're gonna kill them all. That's the doomsday.
That's
utopia.
the classic doomsday.
Yeah,
Though.
that's
What
what
they've
we're
been saying for years.
That's what. Yeah.
Like, but what's the this is where it gets interesting. What's the utopian?
He didn't go into specifics on the utopia.
But is there a utopia?
Yes.
Well, there is. It's like
Yes.
it's just like you don't give it enough power. It stays in its constraints. Agriculture and stuff blooms. We enter into like a modern renaissance. Things like this, and we stay in it.
But like I agree. But you think about the amount of jobs that it could get. Like, you get rid of like almost like not any corporate job, but most corporate jobs.
But what is a job?
But that's
It's someone being slave to like to work. But if
Agreed.
there's like a higher
But then what's you know, what do I do every day?
universal,
Bro,
income,
we're
you can create art,
recording 2
dance,
episodes of this every
play
single day.
guitar.
I know we've been doing this for like 3 years, but we're eventually going to run out of stuff to talk about. It's going to be me telling the same story every single time.
You're right. Maybe we can do AI generated episodes, and then I don't have to fucking do anything. What do we got now, Carl? Our 23rd episode. We put all 23 episodes in the AI model. It'll just model me, and then model just the rotation of you boys.
Yeah.
So it'll be episode.
AI generated Noel
694.
Pattinson's
Yeah.
the most stupid yarn you've ever heard. And AI Ethan Harry being like, yeah, bro, I hear you.
It'd be funny. Like today we got Taylor Swift on the pod.
There's that AI pod of like Joe Rogan talking to like Steve Jobs and people who have died. It's actually like interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like people put research into like putting Steve Jobs into the algorithm so they
You
can
can just
find
like feed it with his whole history.
exactly. And then you know they like Joe Rogan, this AI bot, you know, asking questions. You get to hear a take that isn't Steve Jobs' take, but it's trained on him. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, you know,
Like,
it's as close
ba-
as
Joe
you're getting.
Rogan takes are probably so accurate because it's just such a large.
Yeah,
The data. So you don't even need Joe. Like Joe Rogan actually probably could just replace himself with AI because he's been on the air for so long.
Yeah.
The
He's
bad-
just talking about the same shit.
But that's the thing. It's like we were talking about before we started about like the AI music stuff. Is like, you know, AI is almost objectively like, you know, obviously people have their misgivings about AI being fake in the sense like, you know, it's not a real, as in from a music standpoint, it's not a real musician who's put the emotions into the lyrics. But you were saying before like that 70s soul funk style 50 Cent song, it sounds so perfect.
Have you heard it?
No, I haven't heard it.
Play it.
But
Play it, Carl. Pull it up. Pull up the 50 Cent AI. What would you call it? Like soul song.
funk.
AI soul song.
but you know,
50 Cent. It's Many Men is the song, and it is fantastic. The like, you know, this, and there's a bunch of these, and it's insane. And you hear it, and you're like, if this was a person today, they would be extremely famous.
Yeah,
like this would be you'd put it because you listen to it, and it genuinely does sound like music produced in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
like
but
that
that's the thing,
Motown
it's like-
style.
But then I guess the question is, what are you looking for in art? Is it just the pure enjoyment? Is it, you know, like, you know, a pure sensory thing of I really like this painting, I really like this music, or is it the knowledge behind it and the experience of, you know, again, I'm not deaf. I know the Terrys don't make like the objectively best quality music, but their gigs are super intimate. I think they're pretty good blokes. So you can go and you can like, they're constantly touring, constantly putting out new stuff, and the experience of being there and sort of, you know, obviously I don't know them, but you know, like going and seeing them live now 5 times and feeling like you understand, you know, and you know the reason behind it, so I know the lore behind it. Is that the benefit, or is it more just, you know, this amazing, you know, 60s gangster soul, many men?
Well, before we start this, that is exactly what I'm hedging on. I'm hoping that people value the human touch, the human experience. I think we won't know. Like if you see art online, you won't know if it's AI generated or if it's someone on a canvas spending 60 hours on it, or someone doing a prompt for 6 minutes, right? And I think we'll probably get that way with music. And I think this is an accurate example of that. We've played advertisements on the show which are completely AI generated, 2-minute long AI ads with storylines and scripted voiceover.
Fun, or?
Yeah, no, we'll play it after this because it's insane.
I think I
And so
remember,
they're like, so this is the thing. The creative world, something that we thought was so safe. Technology is going to do the coding, it's going to do the Excel, it's going to do all the manual stuff. Now we're seeing this. Hit play on this, Carl. Get that. Yeah. I want that volume on this thing. This is the AI generated video of it. I never seen the video. But this guy's voice is insane, and it's not real. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. It's a sick song, and we can't get copyrighted because it doesn't exist. Better watch how you talk,
We can't get copyright.
That's what I was thinking. It's like,
That's good.
yeah.
The chorus is insane. You gotta let the chorus cook. But you can make this on software for free. All right, Carl, that's enough.
Yeah.
We're taking this too long.
But I
I love it too much. But this guy would be freaking
Oh,
famous
100%.
today. He would be,
But
chart topping.
But I wonder if that, like, potentially makes people move away from, like, not the internet in general, but like consuming media on the internet. Because, like, at what point does it just get so good that it's peaked and it can't get any better?
Yeah.
Because, AI is trained off the knowledge of 20 or 30 years of the internet and all this information that no one human mind can comprehend anywhere near the level. So, at some point, does it just become, I'm not going to listen to, I'm not going to listen to all these mainstream artists. I'm just going to listen to my stupid, underground Aussie surf rock, and then go to the Oath or go to the Lansdowne, whatever it is, and go listen to that. And that's the only media I'm going to consume, because I know at least I've got one little corner of the internet that's going to,
That's my hope.
Yeah.
That's my hope, that people reject the internet mentality. Like, because that's the thing. You won't know what's real or fake. All the pop songs are already, the charts are already engineered. Like, the big music production companies have the whole thing sorted out. It's the same with movies, same with all big industry, big entertainment media, right? And the way it's going, they're going to outsource into, like, the cheapest things possible. That's why the big music production companies, they push rap, they push pop music, they push like that disco pop music, because it's easy and cheap to produce. It's very expensive to produce rock music, right? And that's why it came out of fashion, because music producers wanted to make it cheap, and that's why they push easy to produce music.
Yeah, for the rapper using a bloke spitting bars and some synth behind it.
Exactly. Whereas recording a kick drum and recording the nuances of a guitar and the pedals is very difficult and requires a genuine production team.
Yeah, and the talent behind
But all that's
Dire Straits guitar solo.
All that's
versus
gone unless you do it yourself. Because the big industry is going to move that way. It's going to move in the same way of big tech. So people popping up like the Terrys who are going, fuck that, we're doing our own music and we're just recording it ourselves. Those will be the people that people listen to. People won't listen to the big podcasts or whatever. They'll listen to people that they know in their community, because it's all just AI deep fakes and garbage anyway online, right? And they're going to listen to people that they know, right? I think that, and people that they know and trust, and that's why being authentic, that's why having a trustworthy brand is important if you're doing anything online.
But I wonder if that's almost like the death of the macro celebrity. If it becomes like back to what it was, say, 60 years ago, where people had the celebrities in their area who they went and knew, or you had the local freshie celebrity or the local beaches celebrity, versus then everyone just being obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter, obsessed with.
No, we're talking about like before newspapers then. If we're talking about like the local celebrity type stuff.
I wonder if that then reverts back. Like, say for example, I'm sure there would have been a band on the beaches who would play at the pub around here, the Harbour Hotel or whatever, who would play there, and they were locals there, and people went and knew them, and they went to their gigs and knew who they were. If that's going to maybe revert back to that, because it's just so head noise with all the stuff on AI.
Yeah, 100%.
My dad saw the Dire Straits at the Diggers.
What?
Yeah.
Is that true? They should Die Straits at the Diggers. When was this?
sick.
Yeah, it's at some point.
Yeah.
he told
That's
me.
crazy.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
Crazy Carl Law.
Yeah, crazy color.
That's the crazy thing.
Dude, Dire Straits. You've started getting a bit into Dire
Yeah.
Straits, haven't you? And you've always liked Dire Straits for a long time. That's been soundtrack to the Back Boys a little bit. Dire Straits.
You bloody pushed on us,
Oh,
mate.
my
But, it's good stuff.
Favorite Dire Straits song?
I never know, bro. When I was working on this big bid a couple months ago at work. I was listening to just their live albums, and it's just so. And that's again why the live music is just so good. Is just because you hear different interpretations, almost like a reflection of how the artist is feeling at this one moment in time. Like how they feel about the song when they first recorded in the studio is very different to how they feel about it 5 years later, because the style changes. And for those big songs, they've played them probably hundreds of times, if not thousands, that feeling towards it, and you think, this is something I didn't think of 5 years ago changes. So that's why, favorite one, like Sultans Swing, banger. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's so many good ones. Romeo and Juliet, another
Fair.
really good one.
I think some of the most underrated work is an album called Love Over Gold, which I think is their third last studio album. They did Love Over Gold, then they did Money for Nothing, and then they did On Every Street, which was their last album. Last studio album. They did a bunch of live albums and outtakes and things like that. But I think Love Over Gold, my favorite song on that being Telegraph Road, and I think that probably is my favorite song, Dire Straits song. Classic Ethan Harry song. It's 26 minutes long. And it's got crazy guitar solos and crazy lore and this long story and like, you know, someone's playing the pan flute in the background, but it's beautiful. It's a great song. And I think, you know, that, you know, journey of Telegraph Road and the effort that it would have taken to tell that narrative and to turn it into this giant masterpiece is, in my opinion, their magnum opus, their best work. Yeah. So do you guys have like stuff that you get into like that nerdy when it comes to songs? Do you have like, this is like the coolest shit ever? Or are you just like, music is music?
Music's a bit of background noise.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah,
There's definitely like
I
flavors
geek the
that I
fuck
like.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to some new stuff recently. This Buckingham Nicks album. It's a brand new album. I was telling the boys about it before the show. But it's Stevie Nicks and then Buckingham, who I believe who was part of the Fleetwood Mac original crew. And they just put a new album out. I actually thought this was AI generated because I never heard of this before. And there's good songs on there that I've never heard before. And it's great. There's some killers on there. We could play it on the show, but it would get copyright banned. But, you know, it's the game. But no, Stevie Nicks, she's one of my favorite female singers, I think. She's got a great voice and all the stuff that she did with Fleetwood Mac, even the solo stuff she did, I still listen to that. It's good stuff. But no, I nerd out of her music. And some films too. Like not current films, but like films back in the day I get like really into. Like I was watching Charlie Sheen's got this new book out. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but Charlie Sheen's
He's been doing like a bit of a media run there.
Yeah, he's been doing the podcast and things like that, and he's been talking, and it made me think about a movie called Platoon, which is a insane Vietnam War movie, and it's one of like the first of its kind, directed by this freaking hero of American filmmaking, Oliver Stone, and it's a great film. He also directed a film about the Doors, which is also a funny film too. But this Platoon movie is amazing. There's like this giant, like in my opinion, like people interpret it differently. That's what's crazy about this film. There's like this Christian Jesus metaphor in this film. There's this Willem Dafoe who plays this character who essentially like is trying to do good things within the war, and then he ends up dying, and there's like a lot of symbolism and crazy stuff going on there. And then the role that Charlie Sheen plays is this really eye-opening young kid role in like the depths of the Vietnam War. Amazing film. One of like the, you know, and I think it was done. I can't exactly remember the year it came out. Maybe we could look that up.
Platoon.
But it was one of the first, Platoon. And it was one of the first like realistic Vietnam War movies, whereas a lot of others were, you know, you're quite ideological. But what is it? 1986. That's what it is.
86.
Yeah.
Wow.
And oh my goodness, this movie, if you've never seen it, do yourself a favor and go see this thing because it is a work of art. And that's what I geek out.
Crazy car.
Crazy cast for like 87. They would have been so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these guys. This was the shit. If you've never seen this before, stop watching this shitty ass podcast and put that shit because it's gonna be a lot better than this. But even like Apocalypse Now, which came out in '79, another groundbreaking war movie. People ain't seen war movies until they saw Apocalypse Now because that was if you really want to talk about first of its kind, that is there. You know where you're seeing, you know, like a visualization, a depiction of what it was like in the Vietnam War. Insane.
Not Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder's pretty good.
A bunch of black.
Robert Downey Jr. couldn't do that shit today. Dude, Robert Downey Jr., he got away with a lot. He was doing crack and doing blackface and shit.
crazy.
And he's, you know.
He had such a crack turnaround arc. And
Yeah,
now he's like,
yeah.
you know, putting out near Oscar
And I forgive him.
performances and-
I'm a Christian man. I like, you know, do as much crack as you want. He plays good ass Iron Man. You know, no one else can play Iron Man like
yeah,
him.
even in Oppenheimer. It was
I don't actually know if he
so-
did crack. I shouldn't say that. But he was doing some drugs though.
Yeah.
I saw him in a jumpsuit, doing something.
Well, yeah, I know he's on like that was the sort of big like last chance doing Iron Man. He sort of turned his life around.
What it go? It goes to show you got to give people a second chance, and anyone can change. And someone who is like got no hope and addicted to drugs and could go to jail and spend the rest of their life as a bum becomes the biggest movie star of our generation. Iron Man, like he's got a different type of fame.
Oh, 100%.
Like he is like
But Iron Man's what started the entire like Marvel.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I genuinely think
Pretty much a whole like genre.
Yeah,
of cinema.
exactly.
define a bigger cultural moment then Iron Man snapping his fingers and fucking fading away. If you didn't know about that shit, you weren't on Earth.
Yeah.
You were in the space station.
Yeah, bro,
or
you've
something.
been snapped away.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
done.
yeah. No, but that was a moment. Like, you know, there's not many things like that. That's like, you know, when our parents talk about like, oh, I remember when Star Wars came out. We never seen shit like that before. They had sci-fi for the first time. We're in space and the credits
'Cause
rolling
it
on the
was what,
screen.
like 12 years of lead up. You
Yeah.
know, like and all the lore being set out. And yeah,
Exactly.
it's crazy.
And he was the original, like, you know, they changed
was
a
the
few
Donnie.
things. Yeah, they're like, you know, the Hulk was, oh, what's his name? The guy that's in
Eric Banner.
yes, yes, yeah. No, Eric Banner is the character, right?
Eric Banner, no,
No,
Eric.
Aaron Norton. What's his name?
Yeah.
What's it? E. Norton?
What
What's his
the
name?
hell? Eric Banner's the Aussie actor who was
No.
the Hulk. He was the Hulk before, like he was the Incredible Hulk. Like he was the Hulk.
The guy
exactly,
that was
yeah.
in Fight Club. Is he Eric Norton? Please look this up, Carl. I'm blanking on
You mean
his
the
name.
actor?
The actor who played the Hulk originally.
Something.
It was something Norton. I can't remember. Yeah, but he's in Fight Club. I know the guy.
I know.
He's a
yeah,
famous
yeah.
dude. Yeah, but
Um,
anyway, but like they changed a few characters around.
Mark Ruffalo.
No, he's the Hulk now, isn't he?
Yeah, Eric. Banner.
Edward Norton. I'm bent, bro. I got to get my game up on this type of stuff. My memory is terrible. I got to doing a podcast for God's
You're
sake.
getting punched. You're getting punched in the head, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's what this is. I will go to the optometrist and they tell me the same shit every time. They're like, "What do you like? Oh, your vision has gotten a little bit worse than before." And I'm like, "I know, it's not good." And they're like, "What are you doing to try and combat that?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Like, I'm just living. Like, what are you talking about, right?" And they're like, "Well, you need to, what do you do? What do you do for work? What do you do outside of work?" And I'm like, "Well, for work, I stare at a screen for like 9 hours a day." And he's like, "That's not fucking good." And then he's like, "What do you do outside of work?" And I was like, "Well, I like my MMA." And he's like, "That's not good either." You're like, your eyes are done. There's not like you're gonna
Yeah, you are
eventually.
cooked.
You're not on a good
And you
path.
come sit here under bloody these harsh lights. And
This is the lights. I don't think is that problem. I believe it's the screens because the screens readjust your eyes to something that's completely unnatural. And I believe that actually getting out in nature, especially looking at things long distance, is the cure. Because
Yeah.
if I wake up in the morning, like on a camping trip, for example, exactly like we're doing at Freemasons, you wake up, you're on the beach, you're fishing, you're surfing. I haven't looked at my phone. I haven't put my glasses on. I'm completely just like raw dog in the day when it comes to my eyes, right? And you just lock in. You're fine. You can read number plates from across the street. I don't have to squint. I can see everything, right? But I go to work and then I go to AFL training after work and I can't see the ball coming towards me and it's midnight and the thing's yellow. Like it's insane. Like I don't know who's kicking the ball to me because I can't see. Like I'm trying to call someone's name. I'm like, I don't even know who that Donnie is because I've been doing these ones for like 9
and your
hours,
eyes. Yeah.
right? Like it's true, but it's true. It fucks your eyes.
Yeah,
Like
I guess
that-
you're always looking at the exact same points, so your vision doesn't adjust to being shorter.
exactly.
Or further
It's
away.
completely.
I haven't
unnatural.
felt any difference.
Neither.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Put your punch in the head doesn't
Bing,
help.
bing,
Yeah.
bing, name.
I
I
can tell
did
it.
book an optometrist first for tomorrow at 12.
Yeah, actually.
First ever
I want it now.
optometrist. I got a pterygium. I wanted to see if I need to get it cut out or anything like that.
You know what?
I got this thing called a pterygiums.
What the hell is that?
What's
It's
that?
gross. It's eating across my eye.
It's one of those. Like,
Can we
yellow-
see it
little
or
yellow
not? Like if I look at your eye.
Yeah,
can we
yeah.
see it?
Come close.
Hold on. This is a bit gross, but we gotta have.
It's on that side. Can you see anything?
Is it like the line?
It's like it looks like a little.
Looks like a worm.
Dude, I think I've actually noticed that.
Yeah.
Have you had that for a minute?
I've had it for like as long as you guys.
I might have
but
noticed
It's been
it, but
getting
I was-
longer and bigger,
Oh.
and if it crawls across my my iris
your
pupil,
retina.
I won't be able to see because it's in the way.
Bro, you're so much more chill about that shit than I would be. Like you're like that. Like you've had that for a minute. I would have been at the doctor's appointment like that day. Like bro, you're sorting
Yeah.
shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that once they cut it out, like it'll grow back again. So it's kind of like I'm just gonna have to
You
let it grow and then
comment.
cut it and then grow.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
hear like
true?
yeah. Salt's bad for it and sun's bad for it. I'm like, oh well, bro.
Thank you.
Start wearing goggles. in the
So
surf.
do surfers commonly suffer from this?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
They also get a thing called surfer's ear.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Nah.
It's been
Pretty weird.
Oh,
What
so
happens?
his ear.
Surfer's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick on, mate. Anyway,
Nah,
tell,
so I
tell it,
was-
tell it for the
I was
audience.
zoned out.
Yeah,
So,
essentially like the bone, as air, like salt, water, and wind and wet wind continues hitting on your eardrum, your bone in your ear like grows out to protect your eardrum in your ear. And then what ends up happening is that it grows too far that you can't hear anymore. So you have to get it all cut out. And to cut it out, it's fucked. Come here. they rip open the back of the ear there,
and then just
and they fold it, and then they get in there and they
Oh,
throw it back.
I was at a Grogan's concert.
oh yeah, they play
And-
good music.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
Nah,
just
that's
fucking
too bad.
around. It's better than that AI shit.
Bro, and there was this American girl there, and she was telling me about this, and I was like, nah, like you're lying.
She
like,
did it.
No,
She had
she
to get
said
it?
her dad had it.
Oh,
And I was like, myth, like you're a liar, like cap. It's such bad chat from you.
Believe
I know. It's like,
he does
I
this.
don't know. Yeah, I was like, nah.
Someone in
And they're mostly
And
females.
she was complaining about it. And I was like, mate, what are you talking about? Like, nah.
They're British, it's even worse.
No, it's because my mate Mike was talking to her other mate, and I was just,
Yeah.
just like think of something to say.
This is when it happens. as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, you know me, mate. Send those screens. But yeah, I don't know. It was apparently it's true. I believe you, Joe. I
Yeah.
didn't believe her.
Well, I haven't got it, so I'm sweet, but
Not yet.
loads of people had to get it.
But
Elusive.
Joey in 10 years' time,
Yeah.
we had the earmuffs on, the little hat, the
Yeah.
goggles in the surf, she's been riding around his longy shredding up.
Well, I've already started wearing like a hat in this spring for the last month. I've been wearing a hat whenever
Yeah.
it's sunny at lunch because I'm like, oh, I shaved my head. I'm gonna get like burnt on the top of my crown.
Lucky's a bit red, eh?
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I gotta like sort that shit out.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I've been wearing a hat at lunch, like the only one. I'm like, wow, this is some like dad shit right now.
What's you should rock on a normal cap, or you got a little?
It's a little Patagonia cap, so I'm trying to play it cool. Trying to still show a bit of swagger.
Yeah, 100%. It's gotta have a nice. It's gonna be nice, you know. That's
Gotta get one of those Tommy Shelby ones, mate. A little.
Get a top hat.
Yeah.
And go down to the football.
Yeah.
Nah, can't be having that.
Nah, I think good stuff.
But so you can see fine out of that eye right now.
Yeah,
It's
'cause it
absolutely
hasn't-
fine.
it hasn't made it
come
across.
And is it a genetic thing or?
I don't think so.
It sounds like it's surfing induced, or
I-
sun and
yeah.
salt induced.
I think it's like I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's like a bacteria thing.
Mm.
We could search it up. It's a
Look it
hard
up.
one to spell, though.
Yeah.
Pterygians.
Good luck, Carl.
Because we got
Work on that, and we'll come back to you.
I don't know how to spell
Work
it
on that.
either.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like a bacteria thing, though. So it's like a bacteria growth that gets fed by like the salt and sun. Yeah. Eye condition or something.
got a little mate living in his eye.
But I've never been to an optometrist about it. I've just got this from like
Damn.
my mum.
Oh, nice work, Carl. Pull that shit up.
Just
How
from
does
my
it work?
mum told me.
So here we go.
Yeah, this is the one. So it's crawling across. Mine's currently about where that one on the left is. How it's entered. It's just breaking onto what would you call that? Where the coloured eye is, and then it hasn't gone to my pupil.
Yeah, so it is surfer's eye. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Classic. Of course, Joey's got surfer's eye.
Yeah.
Bro, if that's not a ticket into the RSL, I don't know what it is. I'm about to fucking. I've surfed so many good waves. I'm gonna lose my fucking vision.
And my hearing.
Yeah, that's what my uncle always says, because people come up to him, like people talk to him because he's a huge fisher, and people are like, oh, you know, like you could get mercury poisoning. There's so many heavy metals in that fish, and he always says, mate, if I catch enough big fish that it kills me, I fucking want. The exact same thing with this. Oh, it's so good. Oh,
But it's a pretty common one, same as the ear one. The ear one's funny as well because you see like the 60, 70-year-old guys who, like, they're just still getting out there paddling slowly. They've had the ear thing like 3 times. They just know it's happening. Like, oh, it's can't hear anymore. I guess I'll go get my surgery again for the next 2 weeks. Like, don't know what's happening, and then
it's
get
like
back into it.
UFC. It's like people with cauliflower.
Yeah,
ears
like
in the
draining it.
UFC, they got to get it drained every every camp after the camp.
Yeah.
They get it drained. Like I think because Dustin Poirier just had his last fight and he was waiting until after the fight to drain his ears, and he's got like 3-4 years of fucking blood and.
I thought
fights
once it
in
like
there.
crystallized, you couldn't drain it. Like you had to do it within like a month or something.
Oh, dude, no. Well, the thing is, his ears were so bad that he's gonna have surgery, and they're just gonna like give him new ears.
Fair
Like
enough.
he's got
the
no
money.
joke. No. Well, this is what I'm
It
talking
is
about.
so funny.
When he fought Max Holloway, it looked like Max Holloway was gonna hit his freaking.
Bro, Max Holloway's ears are funny
Oh,
as
no,
well.
no, but like Dustin Poirier's ears were like balloons. It looked like he was about to hit him off. He was going to land in Dana White's lap, like, you know, like a little dumpling or something. Those things like looked like they were ready to fly off. But I saw him on ESPN the other day, and I don't know, they might have cut off some other white boy's ears and put him on Dustin. Because
Oh,
he's got
really?
some new ears.
You think he already got the surgery?
I think so. I saw him on ESPN the other day, and he had normal ears. Hold on.
but
This
look
is
at
well,
that
that's like the
ears.
Connor fight and stuff.
That's that big and small.
But if we can find, like, man, the other day, where after the Max Holloway fight, you're just like, that thing's ready to go. It just needs a little bolt.
Yeah.
You just get it off.
Wait,
Just do Max Holloway, and we should be able to see it because it's actually disgusting. But the thing is, with that, you need your ears to be able to hear. Hold on, no, show this one.
Yeah,
Show this one.
That's a fact.
No,
No,
that'd
no,
be
like
before.
the cartilage, because look
That'd
at,
be before.
yeah,
look
that's
at that.
before, but he was going into it messed up.
Oh.
Like, see those ears?
I
Yeah.
think there's
They're
one
not
for-
doing it. That ears is not
Yeah,
doing
that's
shit.
fucked.
You can't hear anything. And look at this one.
And
That doesn't
Max
even look-
Holloway's are perfect.
Yeah, he's fine because he hasn't been going through the crazy shit that Poirier's been got. Look, he looks like freaking someone Mike Tysoned his ear right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
But, like, they're like
Looks like
you
a
know, this,
belly
that
button.
one and that one, like
Got a
same
belly
ears.
button for an ear.
yeah, exactly. But that
Dude,
is
Max got sexy ears. He got like sonar radar ears, right?
yeah, he can hear good. Max Holloway can hear the shots coming. He can hear the twitch. of the leg.
Echolocation.
Yeah, you're
Echo,
right. I
echo.
never noticed that.
Echo.
He got, in that photo, he got like a very like his head is like perfect for hearing. Like he's got
Yeah.
a square head. Like he's like a yeah. Anyway, but look, Poirier's head. He just looks like. But that's the thing. That's like 3-4 years worth of damage. Like Khabib was squeezing those ears when he rear naked choked him to win the title, and now and Poirier has been waiting for him to retire so he can go get the surgery, get himself a new set of ears, and I think he's finally done that now that he's retired, so
Yeah, wow.
he can probably hear again a lot better.
Can you search up
His new ears.
Ears.
Bro, this is a bit
That's
left field
Poirier,
too.
new
But
ears.
I saw this photo of Kris Jenner, and she got like plastic
Bro,
surgery.
yeah, it's
She
crazy,
got a
yeah.
whole new head.
Yeah,
They gave
again.
that bitch a whole new head, like a freaking new face. You never seen that before. She looks like I thought it was a photo of
I
Kim
think she's
Kardashian.
70 and yeah, she looks 40.
She looks like Kim Kardashian. It looks like the same.
Botox in our generation is gonna be
So,
crazy.
hold on, let's have a look.
It's just so.
Oh, this video. Can we play this video of him grabbing the ears? Because this looks like it's about to fall off. This is gross. People don't want to see this. We shouldn't play them. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh!
Look how much. Look how much. Oh, I hope he got that. I hope he got it in some new ears.
Oh, yes. At that point,
Pull up Kris Jenner's new head. I want to see that.
bro, didn't Megan Trainor's in your head?
Pull up Megan Trainor's new head too. Is she on Ozempic?
Yeah, she's so.
Is she skinny now?
Bro, she's on all the Ozempic.
That's the thing.
I wanna see
those,
that.
those like this is me.
Like before and after or something. Oh, like it's like, it's objectively
What the
good.
hell? Is
It's
that her?
objectively good.
Wasn't she blonde? I know. Like, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, I was thinking of Megan the Stallion.
I'm thinking Megan Trainor like the chicken Pitch Perfect or whatever, right?
Yeah,
It
or,
might be.
no, you're thinking of Rebel Wilson,
Oh fuck.
but like same story. I
Who's
guess.
Megan Trainor? She's
She's like all about that bass, about that bass.
I'm being very silly then.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll show Kris Jenner because people know who that is. And I know.
People know that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to shit on you.
You're a good Harry.
New head. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to see.
Bro,
Had
it's
a second
great.
facelift. Not she didn't get a facelift. She got the whole package.
Yeah, bro. She got cut off of the neck and
Yeah.
She'd be 60 or something,
Oh,
right?
I think she's. Like,
We probably could have seen it on that
Yeah,
stat.
Look at pick that
That's
photo.
the one. Yeah.
Click that.
God damn.
Go to the left one, and we can see the before and after.
They're
yeah.
gonna make them all like that.
Look at
They're
that.
gonna make them all like that. They're gonna make them all like that. That's what they're gonna do. It's fucked. People are gonna get so
Bro, imagine go to your
caught up.
mate's place and his grandma's.
People are gonna get so caught up in this social media bullshit comparison weird world that shit,
Yeah.
people are gonna do this to
Yeah,
themselves and
square.
feel good about it, and it's gonna get better.
But bro,
and they're
that's
gonna
the thing though. At least like like your plastic surgery in your 40s look good, 50s you look okay, but like back in the day, by 60s you look like a cat, like you fucked. Whereas that, yeah, like that's like you have enough money, yeah. You just like she looks. Like, if you say she's 35, you'd be like, yeah, fair.
We're living in the new age.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're living in the new age. It's literally insane. Like,
How old is she? Can you
How
just go,
old is
if you go back to
I
all,
think she's in a.
back to
I think
all,
she's at least late 60s.
Yeah, 60 something. I
we
think.
should get some
It's a
stats.
age,
here we
yeah.
go. Let's see some stats.
Birth? No.
That's
Oh,
all.
that's about the procedure. Just in
Ah.
case
Go-
anyone wants
go
to follow
Christian
along,
age.
get themselves a whole new set of
It's
nostrils.
Yeah, give me the stats.
69.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my, that is
Wow.
insane. She is 70 years old and
Oh,
looks
that-
like that. This is
Wow.
look at that. That must just be plastic in there. What's that?
Yeah.
I
What's
don't
that? It's Twinkies
That's
in there.
Tupperware.
Whatever they've
What's
done,
going on
right,
there?
whatever they've
They
done, that-
stuffed something in there. Some socks or something. That is insane.
Some of Tom Cruise's blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Dude, that is off the chain. And people will do this. This is now the new norm. And you said this Megan Trainor lady
Trainor,
also
bro.
did a similar thing.
Rebel
And
Wilson.
and now like Ozempic too
Ozempic,
is a big
yeah.
one. Yeah,
And you know,
it's
like his definitely probably good in the sense of like,
has Tom Cruise had work done? Is he getting?
yeah,
I think so.
he's looked the same. He's looked the same for 40 years. There's no way he hasn't had work done.
He doesn't look that. He doesn't look that good anymore though. He looks
Well, I
like that.
think-
He looks like that now. He looks old. In the latest movie, this was this is unfair.
said-
Oh, hold on. Well, this is maybe a bit unfair on Tom Cruise, but in the latest Mission Impossible, he's 63, right? You can see that he's 63.
Well,
and he's still cracking on to the girls who are like 20. And it's like, hey, you're just out of that range now. That's
You
how I
cast
felt.
yourself in
Well,
that
true.
role.
Because when he was 50, he could still get away with it. Like, you
half
didn't
your age
notice.
plus 7. Yeah.
No, well, it's just because he looked really good. Like, just like, you know, because they were able to do them. But now, 63, at
But
some point,
it
you
just
can't
seems
hide
like
it.
too
It
much
looks-
work. Like, to what extent are you just 50 and you're just like, yeah, fair, I'll just be old.
Mick Jagger is freaking 85 still touring. He's
Yeah.
doing crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
And he looks old.
He can
He
still
looks
play
old.
those older roles. Like he's got so much.
Yeah, exactly. But like, to what extent are you just like, bro, it's just too much effort. Like I'd say Leonardo DiCaprio, like he's sort of semi let himself go. Like he looks
Yeah.
his age, and like you know, it's pretty fucked to say that a bloke who looks his age in Hollywood has let himself go. You know,
That's true.
But you know, he's not doing all that stupid like Keanu Reeves as well. Like they look their age, but surely it's just so much hard work trying to look 35 when you're 70.
It's
Because
tough.
thinking about how much money, and I guess you've got the money, but I don't know to what extent you just chill, just being 70 and chilling out.
Yeah, yeah. Another big theme of the trip that we went on was the discussion of Joey's mold problem. How I know you got rid of the mold following.
Did you get rid of the mole?
Have you
haven't heard this?
Nah.
Has your condition improved?
I got like hay fever right now, so no, not really. I'm still feeling weak. All right, so I battled the mold.
I remember you said you going to, I think,
Yeah,
last weekend or the weekend before.
yeah. I got to it that weekend. I made up this kind of mix in the water sprayer. I had vinegar
Yeah,
and
that's the way.
clove. And
Yeah.
I was up there, boom, 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 and I was like up there like Michelangelo doing it all. And like yeah, I cleaned it all, but it got me back a little bit as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
What happened was like I didn't get any mold in my eyes or my mouth or anything, but at one point with this vinegar clove mix, and I told you this the other day. I think, like the thing spun around on me. I shot it.
No way you shot in your own face.
Yeah, I shot in my eye.
He shot in his bad eye.
Yeah, in this one. But also like it wasn't on like mist. It was on fucking. It was on the gun, and it went straight in, like headshot, just
my.
perfect in there.
Oh my.
And I fell back into the bathtub and I threw the thing everywhere, and I just screamed, like,
Oh.
and I was like, I'm gone, like I'm blind now. And
But-
watch that, it like didn't do anything. I'm totally fine. I was like, I'm fucked. I spent so long like researching what
but-
mix to kill this mold. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And
this
you
is
literally
toxic
just-
shit.
Bro, luckily,
Don't fuck with
luckily
me.
it was like, so like vinegar's natural. That's natural.
Yeah,
Had it been some like full on like Glen 20 stuff, you get that in your eye.
I know.
Maybe not good.
I know.
lucky
Imagine
it
if I
was
did like the
natural.
bleach, which is probably like
Yeah.
a standard thing.
Dude, you could have lost your eye.
To be fair, bro, like
what I
surely like
did.
you go to the hospital like, oh, I got a bug. Like, oh, what happened to all I was cleaning? I just went bang straight in my own face.
This is freaking
I don't know if you're getting that much sympathy.
Oh, that's
The thing just like twisted.
But surely you're looking at me like, oh yeah, true. Probably should, like it's probably facing at me. Maybe you shouldn't shoot in my own
I got it
face.
right. From like this far away.
I could Joe Cash for nothing, mate.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one time I was super young. We were doing this giant water balloon fight, and I copped a water balloon right in my eye, and it didn't pop, so it just like just like smushed it in. It felt like I got like eye gouged for just a second, and I remember the rest of the day I was just like, I'm never gonna be right again. I'm never gonna see again. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, praise
Yeah,
God, like this
chill,
is the best day ever. I can see. Oh, like injuries like make you more grateful about being able to walk
it's the same
around.
thing
and-
when you're sick. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, I take my life for granted. And I hate, you know, when I'm feeling normal, it's so good. And you go back to normal. You're like, yeah, myth, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It makes us like, because we don't experience, well, for me, like, the adversity that you experience is like being injured, being sick, but like that probably goes for a bunch of different like adversity that someone can face, like being poor, not having enough money, not like being hospital bound, like really sick. You take those things for granted so much more because you just never experienced them, whereas you get a cold every now and then and it makes you like appreciate being healthy more, but you don't get poor every now and then and have to really worry about money. You kind of just like, especially growing up the way that we have, it's it's crazy like that. You never consider it and you're like, wow, that's an issue people go through, but you're just like, it's absent from your mind. You take it for granted. Happens with all things though, I guess. So what But we're talking about some pretty crazy stuff around that campfire when we caught that mulloway.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, bro.
I can't believe you guys don't remember.
What was saying?
It just got cleaned, bro. The slate was just swiped
Yeah.
by the.
I remember every second of the Mulloway,
Yeah.
but I don't remember.
You don't remember the conversation.
I pretty much
leading up.
remember everything after the mark and collecting firewood, and I'm good.
Yeah, firewood. I remember you lighting the fire. I remember burying my feet like in like the warm sand.
We had some good surf the couple of days that we were there as well. Some fun
We did.
waves. Yeah, the last day wasn't any good.
Oh
It was all
shit!
blown
What,
out.
what else are we gonna do?
Exactly.
Let's get out there.
Yeah, exactly. But we made it happen. It was a bit of fun. No, it was good stuff. It was good stuff. Did you see any birds when we were out there? Nothing crazy, but the noise.
No, we saw those. We saw those. Remember the eagles on the last night when we
You're
saw them
right.
get the fish.
You're
Yeah.
right. Yes, that was insane. Oh yeah, remember that? That was
Yeah,
insane.
That was good fun.
That was cool.
And we
That
were
was
playing cricket next to the campsite. There
Yeah,
were those ones
we
on
did
the
that for hours.
trees. Bro, I got a big old scar on my leg now from bloody.
Here we go again, bro. This guy in like
Yeah,
small
shut
strings that
up.
end up into like the biggest scars.
It's actually not a big old scar, just a little pink mark.
Oh shit.
I
I think that's
That was
actually good.
close.
Let me know if that's knocked off. It's good. It's still good. It looks good. All right, keep it.
Yeah.
Be careful, Cash.
yeah.
But
If it
yeah,
falls,
no,
you're probably gonna
because
hit
we're playing cricket with the big old bat, the big stick, and then with those like little Banksia, dead Banksia
Yes,
pods.
of course.
And Joey smacks one perfectly. I go to catch it, miss it, and it gets me straight in the leg. I got a little bit of black Banksia stuff sticking out my leg. I pick it all out. And yeah, buddy, Joey's got a history of telling me that I'm gonna be fine, and then I actually just have bad scars. Like that one in my on my calf is still probably that big and still raised about a
That's a
centimeter
great
up as well.
scar.
It's a good story, like cave diving in Thailand.
Sounds sick.
It
That's
does
alright.
sound
On
sick.
paper, what
It
about
looks scat though.
On a pod, it sounds pretty sick. Tell the story of how you got that scar because it's a good story.
So Thailand in was it Koh
2023.
Yeah, but which island was it? Koh Samui,
No, we were in Katao.
Katao. That's right.
Yeah.
And we were swimming around, and there were these little like, not even a cave. It's sort of just like an archway with oysters on the bottom, and we were going under. And I was like, oh, I'll go under. Get under, and it was sort of almost like that. So I come up, and there's nothing above me. So I was like, oh, I'm chilling. Come up, and then just leave my leg dangling, and it just scrapes along an oyster. And it's probably how long? I won't get it up on camera, but about that long. So inch and a half maybe. And then I'm going like, oh boy, this looks pretty bad. It's bleeding on. And Joey's like, bro, like, you'll be fine. Just like put a band on when we get back. You'll be chill. And I was like, Joey, he's a surfsman. He knows. And then put a band-aid on it, sort of leave it. And I get back home. I'm touching it. I'm like, well, like, it feels a bit raised. Maybe it's just a scab. And then still now, it's, half a centimeter raised. Just pink as anything. Not going away anytime soon. So,
It happens.
So I actually think it looks like a cool scar,
It's pretty
and it's
cool.
a great story.
It
And
is.
I know I gave a bad call, but
You know what's great though? Like 45 minutes before that happened, Joey got stung by the biggest wasp I've ever seen. Do you remember
I
that?
don't even know if I remember that.
Oh, we were halfway up the thing, and like Joey's like, oh, like he got hit, and then
thought I found the best spot. on the
exactly.
wings.
'Cause you jumped over and you made it mad. It came down and landed on you, and then one of the boys was about to do the same thing, and you're like, bro, that wasp is gonna fucking come down to get you. And I look at it in the tree. This thing was as big as a fucking bird. I was like, no way. And Joey was just like taking it like a man. If I'm like, if I got stung by that thing, I'm not getting up. That thing was big. Oh,
Before you got injured though, we were like doing some real tight ones as well. Like it was oysters, but then there's also just coral ones. And we're like going around, or maybe it was the day before.
I think it might have been the day before. Yeah.
And we're like just exploring, trying to find the best little like coral cave dives, then coming back up. And there was a couple where we're like, oh, we should do it. And then we're like, all three of us were just kind of there looking over it and like, oh, I don't know if we should do it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like this big. Like, are we really gonna make it
But
out?
though the Donnies who do like proper cave diving and like cave exploration, gonna be the most stupid blokes of all time.
Underwater, but also like inland.
Yeah, it's like they just like dive in and it's just pitch black.
Yeah.
And you're like, the one's called like the devil's asshole, and it's like, oh, it's a great idea. You get in there and you just get in, and your fat ass can't just get through, and then you can't get out because you can't go forward or backwards. And like, there's so many stories that are just getting trapped, and they're alive for like 4 days before their body just like because of the stress eventually you have a heart attack and you die. Because they can get food and get water down to you, but they can't get you in, can't get you out.
Really?
Yeah.
What? I never heard of that. I know that.
So can't they if they can't they just get like a chisel or something?
Nah, because then like you risk the whole cave coming down on them. Yeah.
But they're dead. They're dying anyway.
No, but it's in like, bro, Donnie has to go down and chisel them out. yeah. Yeah, the caves.
Leave him with the chisel. Sort this out yourself, and don't start going for another 15.
Look how happy this second.
Oh, dude, but no, there's a guy named Donald Cerrone who used to fight in the UFC. He's recently
Cowboy,
retired.
eh?
Yeah,
Cowboy.
and he went cave diving and almost died. He almost died trying to save his mate who started wigging out while he was down there.
Is that the
And they-
underwater one?
Yeah, it was an underwater cave, similar to what we were just looking at there. And yeah, he almost freaking died. And I would never do that shit.
Zero value.
Like-
Like even like I can understand like maybe exploring a cave, like going to like a Jenolan cave or something where you know it's going to be cool and it's relatively safe. But you just go in and you don't see anything. It's just pitch black. You're
Exactly,
squeezing through these things. Like, there was that story of I don't know, there's a big documentary about it. Like the bloke who's like a boulder fell on his arm, and he was
Yeah, 72 hours.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. And you know he wasn't really doing anything stupid, just walking through like a canyon by himself hiking, which may be a bit dumb. But yeah, boulder fell on his arm and essentially working up the courage for like 3 days to cut his own arm off. Crazy stuff.
Could you cut your arm off?
He wrote a book about it, didn't he?
I don't know, bro. I've never thought about it. Like, I actually don't know. Like, you have to be in that situation. Have to be because imagine like all the mental gymnastics he had to go through about working out every single possible way to not cut his arm off,
Mm.
and then getting to the point of being like,
Nah,
I'm literally gonna die if I don't do this. And you know, he's sitting there being like, oh well, you know, if I cut it off now, what if someone rocks up in literally 10 minutes and walks past? I've just cut my arm off, and then Donnie's like, oh hey bro, what are you doing? And they're like,
The guy runs away from him.
Yeah. Nah, it'd be insane. Yeah, like you could never know if you actually do it because you know you just be praying that someone's gonna come, praying someone's gonna come, and then you just pass out because you know haven't had water in 3 days or whatever. I don't know, bro. It'd be full on.
Those people have a different type of experience that other people just can't relate to at
Oh,
all.
100%. It'd be that's that life and death. But you know, you'd almost want it to be like a split decision of, you know, I'm gonna jump out of the way, I'm gonna push someone out of the way to save them, rather than just having the actual time to contemplate it and to think and you know, like if your arm's on fire or something, or you know, you need to reach in the fire to save someone. That's an instinctual decision. You do it. But when you've got the time and to think about it and to mull it over and work out what the options are.
Do you think that's a skill you can build, or do you think that's a temperament you are bestowed? Do you think, because some people would be better in that situation. So let's say you got person A and B, rock falls on their arm. Person A is like very stoic minded person, and they understand that the only way to survive is to cut their arm off, and they just know that that's what has to happen. They do it within a matter of hours. They figure out the best way to do it, and they move on. Right? Person B contemplates for ages, doesn't want to do it because they're scared, etc., etc. Classic human emotions to be feeling in this crazy situation. But do you think you can train yourself to build that discipline, to build that character, or do you think some guys have it, some guys don't?
I think it's more like a character trait rather than trained.
But
How you approach it. But that's not to say that if someone was in that situation, they wouldn't reach that outcome.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like it happens and your first reaction is like, we're all good
yeah.
without any training, like if someone could have that character but also be trained to it. Oh, but then that's saying it's more trained.
I don't know. I mean, like, you know, it's a terrible decision would be to cut your arm off in 2 hours because you're not giving yourself the opportunity to be saved.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the
Then you
situation.
make it home for a full meal.
Yeah, your arm.
I bought
Right up.
That's the biggest arm I've ever seen.
Hey, check out this shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the biggest arm I ever seen. All right, that's it. That's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. All right, catch up.